history to put up 30 points, 10 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks, and 0 turnovers in a game. Jalen Duren had another double-double with 21 points and 12 rebounds, as did Asar Thompson with 12 and 11 boards. With another comeback effort, head coach J.B. Bickerstaff spoke postgame about his team's ability to fight back. In the World Series, Blue Jays rookie Trey Yesavage dominated last night, leading to a massive 6-1 win for Toronto in Game 5. The first-year pitcher struck out 12 Dodgers in the game, the most in World Series history for a rookie, and the most Ks for a pitcher in a Fall Classic game ever without conceding a walk. The Blue Jays now take a 3-2 series lead back to Canada with a chance to close out the Dodgers tomorrow in Game 6. At the Corewell Health Sports Desk, I'm Brendan Shabath. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or visit Odyssey.com.
Quite the night for Cade Cunningham and quite the day for Aiden Hutchinson's wallet. We're going to get to it. Good morning, 97.1. Jim Costa, John Jansen, Heather Park, Gov and Greg behind the glass. Brendan Shabath on the updates. It's a Thursday, which means 2 Grand Slam, Dear John, Thursday touchdown, that and more. John, good morning, buddy.
Good morning, bro.
Brah.
I can't say brah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh is what your wife wears.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm not ready to call you. It's too early in the day to call you a giant boob. So
Wait an
we'll
hour.
get to that. Yeah. Later in the program. Yeah. No, I'm working out new things in the morning and seeing. Yeah.
Are you now?
Yeah. Unfortunately, need some more push-ups. But yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm. How's it going? How was your, what is this today? Wednesday night.
I know working mornings throws me off because as soon as we're done with the show, I'm immediately thinking about the next day plans, and I think it's a day ahead. Today is Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks. So Wednesday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't correcting you. I was just trying to get the explanation for people.
Yeah, Get yourself settled in.
Yeah, settled in.
All right,
One day closer to Halloween. Got some reinforcements on the candy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because Heather's news story. Everybody's snacking on the candy early, and you look down and go, we're unprepared for the masses.
So was it last year or the year before you went with the big candy bars?
We go to Costco, so you get them in bulk. Yeah, I told you I was at Costco yesterday. They already got all their Christmas stuff out.
Oh, yeah. It's been out for a while.
I know. And I just, loaded up on a couple extra full-size candy bars.
All right.
Ready to go.
What is the variety pack made of?
So it's Reese's, it's Kit Kats, it's Hershey's, and Hershey Almond.
Okay. Oh, you don't
There's
like the
always
almond.
one bad
I like
choice in
the
pack.
Hershey almonds.
We like Hershey almonds, so if we want,
perfect.
so they're the ones that get left most often.
Yeah.
Yes.
John, it's like the quad box, but one of them is like an FCS game.
Right. No, I get that. And of that group, the Hershey almonds, and I think most people would say the Hershey almond is the least of the 4, but I don't want to offend the Hershey almond people because I love the Hershey almonds.
I don't think you need Hershey and Hershey almonds. I think you're
oversaturating
the
the
two
chocolate.
things.
Listen.
You already have a stand-up linebacker, and you're drafting another stand-up linebacker.
It's not how I would do the variety
One's
pack.
better at pass coverage and one's better at rushing.
We understand.
See, I like it. Remember, I don't like nuts in my chocolate.
Right. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
What would you swap it out with if it's doubled up on Hershey's and you wish it was something else, like a Snickers? Butterfinger?
Well, Butterfinger would be a nice. It would be a big time deviation from the other ones that are in there. To Greg's point, you wouldn't have the Hershey and Hershey with almond. You would have Hershey, the Kit Kat, and now it may be a little close to the Kit Kat, but not really. The Butterfinger.
I think it'd be fine.
Yeah. No, I agree. That one is a little bit further away from all the other 3.
I would say those are two totally different flavor and
I would
texture
too.
palettes.
Well, yeah, but it's. I don't know if it's a different texture.
Oh, very much so.
It's kind of crunchy in the middle.
Kit Kats don't get stuck in your molars.
Yes. When you eat a Butterfinger, it gets stuck in your teeth.
Oh, it's been a long time since I had a Butterfinger.
Yeah. They're great, but they're...
Yeah.
What about swapping in Twix instead of the Hershey with almond?
Yeah, I think that would work.
Yeah. I mean, I'd
They
go
also
with
make-
$100,000. I mean, that's
That's an old man
my
candy, though.
100 grand?
Yeah.
It's all caramel. It's
I
not an
don't
old
think
man
so.
candy.
When I think of it, I just think of
Is it
old
like
man
because
candy.
the packaging
Yes,
seems old?
that's what it is.
The candy is. I don't agree. I don't agree with him.
Right.
You're looking
thank
at
you.
me
No,
like
no,
I'm
no,
crazy.
I'm
No.
looking at you like
Okay,
this
yeah.
defend me.
It's the branding is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's the branding more than the actual candy bar because the candy bar is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing against the candy bar itself. Just if someone said that was their favorite candy, I go, oh.
There's some other
born
good
in
new
1930?
ones too. I can't remember the name of them. Like the Reese's, but like with the
peanut butter, or they got the jelly in there.
I don't.
Those
no,
are terrible.
I haven't tried those. No, I'm not. They're like fast break. What are they called? There's pretzel crust bottoms and I don't know, guys.
I'm
Anyway, they're really
interested.
good.
Yeah, that sounds
I don't
good.
know what they're
Yeah.
called.
They also, and I don't know what's in it, but they also sell one that's like not your chocolate. Like you can do like the more the gummy
Yes.
Yeah, the
candies
fruity
too. Yeah.
Did you get some of those as
we,
well?
we did not, which is probably a mistake. But
Well, it
Yeah.
depends who go. I mean, most people love chocolate. You're going to be
yeah, it's
fine.
a crowd
but then
pleaser.
you got people like my daughter who can't find a candy she seems to like.
That doesn't make any sense. What
She's-
child doesn't like candy?
She
Really?
sat there last night after dinner, and because she already went trunk or treating, and if you eat your dinner, you can have some candy. And she tried 5 types of candy
And spit them all out.
and spit them all out.
What were the 5?
Skittles. What? I'm like, take a bite of them. She licked one and said, nope, don't like it.
It's
Starburst.
a ball of sugar.
Starburst. Took a teeny bite of it, said, nope, I don't like that.
What kid doesn't like Starburst?
Airhead. Took a teeny little bite of it, said, nope, I don't like that. She
Now the
doesn't.
airhead can be a weird.
It is
Candy.
weird. It
It's
is
kind of
weird
an
texture.
artificial, and then if it's like
Well,
hard,
Okay, so Starburst,
I know,
so Skittles.
I know.
She doesn't like chocolate, so all chocolate candy is out. She settled.
what does she like?
She
Get her a
settled.
Tootsie Pop.
She won't eat that. She settled on the licorice, the little
Okay.
2-part pull
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little mini ones.
Yeah.
Will she a Dum Dum?
Yes.
Okay. So all
Dum
right.
Dums are for sure.
Okay.
Big win.
Dum Dum Yum Yum.
Is that an old man candy, Jim?
Probably.
a Dum Dum?
Oh yeah, I mean that'd be like
You go
Is that
to
the original
that's
candy?
the original.
Yes, that's the
sucker
point.
that everyone in the world gives out.
You
It's
get it when you get a
everywhere.
You're
haircut.
getting- you're
You
getting
get
like-
it when you walk into a store.
Right.
But you're getting offended that it's an old man candy. Just
It's
embrace
not
it.
an old man candy.
it's
I
like
don't think old men don't want it.
classic.
It's
No,
for
no.
anyone who's 8 and younger.
It's
I
like
don't-
the ultimate child candy.
I don't think they are because like dentists still hand them out if you
Yeah.
do good job with your teeth.
Yeah.
What about slow pokes?
Now that's an old man candy.
Yeah.
It's always preferable.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
Lob that
yeah. That one was an alley-oop.
That's Kate Cunningham to Jalen Duren, baby.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You guys want to do news early?
I mean, you can count on birthdays, maybe Christmas. If you can get a slow poke on Halloween.
It's on Friday this year.
Hey, Friday night. Hey, Joseph, what are you calling in for? You're on 97.1.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
What about the whatchamacallit?
Those are good.
So now that I would say is an old man candy, but outstanding.
Yes. And tell girl to quit disliking the peanuts, man. The peanuts is the best, especially peanut M&Ms.
All right, so Joseph, sorry. Peanut M&Ms versus the peanut butter M&Ms.
Oh, two very different.
I like both of them.
Oh, I do too. But if you you give them one the rest of your life, which one you going with?
I'll take the peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah,
Me too.
me
Yeah,
too.
but I can't stand the plain ones though. The plain ones
Really?
are terrible.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
a
like peanuts.
classic.
The
Yes.
classic says the guy who's getting on old men.
You're taking offense to it.
You're jumping all over them.
Dwayne, okay, before we take this phone call, I need to preface this. It says, John stumbled on a new nickname for Costa,
Oh, this will be good.
and Dwayne picked up on it. What's up, Dwayne?
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, John, your new nickname for him in the morning is going to be Dum Dum.
Dum Dum. There you go. Yep. Dum Dum.
Been called worse.
He'll know. He'll know what a Dum Dum is from now on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know what a
Those
dum-dum
are-
is.
They're great, aren't they?
But they're the best, right? They take a long time. You can kind of break the stick off and just use it as a jawbreaker at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
So, all right, everybody, have a great morning.
Thanks, you too, Dwayne. Yep.
Thanks for listening.
Dum Dum Yum Yum.
Of all the candies.
Have you not seen Night at the Museum?
I have seen it, but it doesn't
It
ring a bell.
Click.
Well, it's the I don't know how you describe it. It's the like Egyptian
Okay.
something on the
Hieroglyphics?
wall. Yeah, no, it's not hieroglyphics. It's like the statue, the Egyptian statue on the wall. When it comes to life at night, it says dum dum, you dum dum, dum dum yum yum.
I believe you.
Text on Old Man Candy. I like paydays. Signed Mike in West Bloomfield.
Yeah, payday. That is certainly old man candy.
Hey, we'll take texts on them. When you think Old Man Candy, what do you think of? 248-539-9797.
Martha Stewart. Heather thinks she's the smoke show.
I do. She's over 80 now, and she looks incredible.
So that's your old man candy.
She looks great.
Are you saying Martha Stewart is Old Man Candy?
According to Heather.
Unbelievable. 248-539-9797.
What were we supposed to be talking
You know what we were
about?
going to talk about? We were going to talk about briefly Cade Cunningham's 30 points last night and 10 assists, no turnovers. He really put the team on his back, and they got, I think, a good win against a Magic team that people think is going to have a big year. And then we were going to talk about Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah. I tell you what. He's buying. I mean, next time you go out for drinks, don't let him say I forgot my wallet. He might not be able to carry the wallet. Jeez.
For people who didn't see the numbers yesterday, 4-year extension, $180 million. It breaks out to $45 per year, which is less than Micah Parsons, but you got more guaranteed money, which, hey, in football, take your guaranteed money.
It's all about the guarantees.
Most guaranteed money for a non-quarterback in NFL history.
So first of all, congratulations. That's that's a great contract, and I actually think it's a really good contract for the Lions.
Same.
So you look and I would love to hear from our listeners throughout the course of the entire show. But if you're got it on right now, your thoughts on Aiden Hutchinson's contract, what it means for the Lions, and first, do you think he deserves it? Do you think and have the expectations changed now that he has this contract?
I think the expectations were always there.
Yeah, but now it's right in your face.
I mean, when you're taking second overall and you're putting up a double-digit sack season at 23 years old in the NFL, people expect incremental growth. And he was doing it last year before the injury. He's doing it this year post-injury. He leads the NFL in pressures. It's not like he's not getting sacks. He's got 6 through 7 games. I had no issue with this contract. If there are detractors, line up and explain it to me because I like this deal. And, John, it was even bigger than Aiden to me. This is more about Brad Holmes and the way the Lions continue to do business. This is first rate. This is first class. This is get out in front of stuff, pay guys early, don't run into issues, and it's actually going to let them keep more of these guys than we even thought they would. Because you start thinking about who they've been able to take care of. These are the players the Lions have drafted and extended. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Aleem McNeil, Jamison Williams, Kirby Joseph, now Aiden Hutchinson. On a smaller scale, you throw Derek Barnes in there too. John, that's a core that you draft and extend. That's first class, that's first rate. Then you throw in the fact that Gibbs and Jack Campbell will have their 5th years picked up.
Right. Laporta and Branch will all be eligible. All 4 will be eligible for extensions this coming offseason.
But their core is locked up really until 2028 now, which for all the talk about how many cracks at this are they going to have, and as real as Dan Campbell was about that may have been our best chance when they made the NFC title, they're going to get multiple cracks at this because they've done a good job drafting and then rewarding those guys and building out a core.
Mm-hmm. It's great to see. And I think there's going to be a lot of college football players lining up, begging Detroit to draft them.
248-539-9797. Your reaction to the Aiden Hutchinson extension. Anybody against this? this is another example of the Lions doing things the right way. Plus, I'm sure we have some old man candy that we can give next, 97.1.
Hey, I've got your tailgating must-have this season, Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka. They're absolutely delicious and available in convenient variety 8-packs. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and my favorite part, 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so you can tailgate like a champ all day long. Look for the can with the sunset stripes and ask for it at your local bars and stores. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
30-10 from Cade Cunningham in a win against the Magic. Mark Champion on the call. No turnovers for Cade to go with those 10 assists. I'll tell you, I don't think the Pistons are a good half-court team, but when you got him as a supercomputer, he wasn't shooting well. He still found his shots and found shots for others, and the Pistons picked up a nice win last night. Aiden Hutchinson got paid yesterday. Most guaranteed money for a non-quarterback in NFL history. Well-deserved. We'll get some phone calls and texts on that, and then a whole bunch of old man candy that's coming.
Oh, old man candy.
That's
All
right.
right. Can't wait to hear what that is.
Ron, good morning. You're on 97.1.
Hey, good morning, guys. First-time caller, long-time listener, and a Michigan man calling in to let you know that Aiden Hutchinson, 4-year contract, best thing the Lions have done in a long time.
They are definitely staying ahead of the curve by re-upping the guys that they've drafted, have developed, and proven that they can be really good NFL players. 2 great NFL players.
Absolutely, and they're holding their own and definitely solidifying the defense with Aiden. Smartest thing they've done. He's going to lead that team into the future.
Yeah, he was a catalyst for what Michigan had.
Yeah.
And now what the Lions have had. He's a relentless workaholic. Like, he plays almost every down. He's a Dan Campbell guy. And most importantly, he produces. The guy is an elite edge rusher in the NFL.
Piggybacking off of one thing the guy said, it's like, oh, the Lions, they're finally starting to re-sign their own draft picks. They've never drafted this well before. That's
Right.
how you want to re-sign your guys, draft well.
Right, yeah. I mean, who before have you wanted to re-sign? I mean, Sue, I know there was a lot of people that were all over that, but you're talking about players you could count on one hand over the last 3 decades.
And then when we look back on it, it's kind of silly because it's like, ooh, Kenny Galladay, I don't know.
Right.
Puts it in perspective. All right, some old man candy. Root beer barrels and butterscotch.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that is. You're bordering on old man candy because grandma carries it in her purse.
Yeah, if it's like hard candy in the waxy.
Yeah,
that's
the
old.
wrap, yeah,
it's old candy. Any grandpa with a pocket full of Werther's Originals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every time you ask him for his pocket knife, he pulls out a Werther's too.
Guys, it's Larry in Lake Orion, old man candy that I love, Fifth Avenue bars.
That was the one that,
Yes.
yeah, we were trying to figure out what the name of it
Colin
was.
likes those a lot, and you don't find them very often. So when I do spot them, like at a gas station, I always get him one. But they do look like old man candy.
Yeah, and I didn't know necessarily what the Fifth Avenue was.
I've never had one.
Chocolate coated peanut butter candy bars.
Sounds great.
It does sound good.
John, Slowpokes or Whoppers or Mounds? Pick.
Okay, hold on a second here. Slowpoke.
F, Mary, kill.
No. That wasn't the question. Slowpoke, Mounds,
Whoppers.
or Whoppers. Well, I would probably have to go. I mean, the Slowpoke is kind of always
Preferable.
yeah. So go with that one. The Mounds would probably be second, and then the Whoppers third. There you go.
Text says, hey, Heather, you need to give your picky kid Bit-O Honey. It's the greatest old man candy ever.
I don't even know what it is.
Bit-O Honey.
Isn't it kind of chewy?
I think it is.
I'm nervous it would get
yeah.
really. I'm not complaining she doesn't like candy. It was kind of sad watching her eat all this candy and not like any of it.
Flip side, this says the easily the new best
Bit-O
candy.
Honey.
Yeah, you don't want Bit-O Honey. It's old person candy. On the new side of things, unnamed texter says you should have your daughter try the Nerd Clusters.
So she did get some in her little Halloween basket. She didn't pick to try those yet, though. I'm sure I don't see how she couldn't like them.
Don't
They're
they also
so
have
good.
like a gummy Nerds where there's like the nerds that are attached to like a
That's
little
what
gummy
those
ball?
are.
That's what that.
Yeah,
okay,
they
all
come
right.
in now. They're just instead of like on the rope, they're little clusters.
Oh,
They're
okay.
very good.
Guys, I agree with Jim. I'm 28. I'm not sure I've ever had $100,000 just because it looks old.
You're missing out.
And my old man candy would have to be whatever band is playing with the Foo Fighters and the Queen of the Stone Age. Let's get to Heather with the news.
You guys, a Detroit officer could be in some hot water after showing up to court pantsless.
Yeah, you don't want to do
Did you
that.
see this? You don't want to do this. On Monday, a Detroit police officer named Matthew Jackson showed up to court. This was for a virtual Zoom
yeah.
hearing. But still, you are going to court. You are an officer.
Adjust the camera. I think he must have thought that it was only going to be.
You can see
Waste
yourself
up.
when you do a Zoom.
I
though.
know.
So he
I
wasn't
know.
sitting at like his kitchen table
Or
where
he sit on the couch.
he
or
was sitting
something,
on the
yeah.
couch with it looked like his laptop on a coffee table, kind of angled upward. So you could see that he had on his his uniform. He had on his badge, but no pants. And he was either just wearing boxers or maybe shorts, but you could see his bare legs. And the judge, Sean Perkins, was surprised and had to ask him, what are you wearing? No, sir, I do not.
I mean, could you at least lie at that point and say, yeah, they're skin colored?
I do not. I mean,
No.
you can't lie. You can
No.
easily see his bare. But that was kind of the end of it. Obviously, he then readjusted the camera. The court hearing went on as planned,
Yeah.
and then nothing ever came of it. So I don't know if he's going to get in any trouble or just that was a lesson
if
of.
I'm sure they will address it. He may not get in trouble, but the fellow officers will
gosh.
be, and as they should, be brutal.
Jeez, yes. A barricaded gunman situation in Livonia came to an end after a 12-hour standoff. Pretty crazy. It started at 9:44 a.m. Wednesday. Police were called to do a welfare check. Found a man inside of a townhome who refused to cooperate. The man actually allegedly fired one or two shots at police, who then called the SWAT team. This 35-year-old suspect was inside this condo. Known to police officers. They knew who he was. They've had previous contact with him, but he just refused to come out. They asked everybody in the area to kind of shelter in place. And it took 12 hours. They had to use smoke grenades, flashbangs, all sorts of things to get this man to come out, which he did peacefully come out with his hands up around 9:30 p.m. Pretty crazy. 2 people are recovering after being shot at a gas station in Southfield Tuesday evening. Southfield police say officers were responding to a shots fired call. This was at a BP gas station on Southfield Road near 10 Mile Road. And they found 2 men who had been shot, but they say those guys who were shot were actually not involved in the shooting at all. They were just 2 innocent bystanders. So they were taken to the hospital. Investigators say the suspects were 2 guys who apparently knew each other, got into a shootout before fleeing the gas station. So if you know anything about their whereabouts, you're being asked to call the Southfield Police Department. Well, I've dealt with this illness in my home, but a entire elementary school in Dearborn Heights was closed on Wednesday after an outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth disease. It's so gross. I'd like to meet the person who named this disease, the hand, foot, and mouth. I mean, because it can be anywhere. It doesn't actually have to be just on your hands, your feet, or your mouth. But a letter was sent home to the parents that said at least 20 reported cases were at the school. And they said, well, you know what? We don't like to close the school, but at some point we need to take steps to make sure we're keeping everyone safe. So we're going to close the school, disinfect everything because it's highly contagious amongst young kids in particular. My son had it. My daughter never got it. But everyone in his class, it was like they dropped like flies. One kid got it, the next kid got it, the next kid got it, the next kid got it. Goes everywhere. Finally, Detroit maintained its place in the top 10 and unfortunately even moved up a spot on this year's top 50 rattiest cities of the year list.
How do they define a ratty city?
Well, how many rats within square
lots of rats.
footage? Yeah, I'm sure. It's done by Orkin, so they're rat experts, right? They say Detroit is the 7th rattiest city in the United States, up from 8th last year. So, I mean, maybe they were just at the Coney Island for a while there. Sorry.
Yeah, they got kicked out of there. Now they're trying to find a place to go.
Yeah.
Heather with the news. Coming up next, it's the Thursday touchdown. Some stuff on the NFL trade deadline and the college football carousel. It's 97.1.
Hey, I want to highlight the great value your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers are bringing you, our listeners, this month. And maybe you need a new truck in the driveway. Get Motor City's hottest truck. It's the GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation for an unbelievable $199 per month. Another thrilling option is the GMC Sierra EV, and it's built to exceed what you thought an electric truck could be with over 600 horsepower, and that comes standard. These deals are happening right now at any of your 20 Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. GM estimated horsepower rating based on due-it signing amount of $3,189. Must be a current lessee of a 2020 model year or newer Buick or GMC vehicle through GM Financial for at least 30 days prior to the new vehicle sale. Tax, title, license, dealer fees are extra. No security deposit required. Mileage charge of 25 cents per mile over 20,000 miles at participating dealers only. Residency restrictions apply. See gmcofferinfo.com. That's gmcofferinfo.com for more details.
Football coverage is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game every Sunday, all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Today is Thursday. It's the Thursday Touchdown.
All right, guys, it's hard to see Jonathan Smith returning as MSU's coach, especially if they go winless in the Big Ten, which is, to me, that's so incredible if that happens. Who is your number one target to replace Smith as the head coach?
Well, it all depends on, what you want from Michigan State. Obviously, I'm not a Michigan State fan, but I'm going to look at this and say Pat Fitzgerald. He is, I think, a terrific college coach. I'm sure that he would love to be back in the Big Ten. And the only other guy that I would say would be Brent Key, the Georgia Tech coach, just simply because Jay Batt has worked with him before. You look confused.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. So, yeah, no, I think those would be the two. But Pat Fitzgerald, to me, is great recruiter, great developer, a guy that can just make something out of nothing. But the problem is, with more resources, I think he would do a phenomenal job. And I'm not sure I want that at Michigan State.
Any issue with Fitzgerald going 4-20 over the last 2 seasons he coached, including 2-16 in the Big Ten?
The fact that he was able to win forever, at any point at Northwestern.
But really only in the years where they had the crossovers from the Big Ten West and they had soft schedules. Like, he couldn't really beat any of the good teams, and they were bad at the end.
Okay, so neither could Northwestern. Wisconsin, Iowa. I mean, you pick out
but they were
Big Ten West
bad
team.
at the end. Like 1-8 the last 2 years in the Big Ten for Fitzgerald, and that was 3 years ago. No,
Okay.
the answer is no hesitation there.
No.
For me, it's Brett Key, because you get the synergy from the athletic director
Sure.
and the head coach in an era where that's so important with NIL and getting literal buy-in from your players. I also like that he's an O-line guy, brings a toughness. I know he's a Southern dude, but I think that toughness plays in the Midwest. They're an undefeated football team. You're getting a hot name. Brett Key would be my top name.
And the other thing about Brent Key, they didn't win right away.
No.
And so you have an athletic director in Jay Batt that's willing to be patient with a coach that he brought in.
Right.
How would you guys feel if they were the ones that took the chance on John Gruden?
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I think Gruden is a tremendous football coach.
It'd be a tremendous splash for them to get attention. All right, Michigan running back Justice Haynes is projected to be a day 2 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Do you think Haynes can work his way into the first round? And what is Haynes' NFL potential?
Look, running backs are becoming more valuable as everybody zigs and then zags. I don't think he'll be a first-round pick. I think he could be a second-round pick, and my comp for him is actually a Big Ten back who was drafted in the second round. Miles Sanders, the early years. Balanced runner, shifty between the tackles. I see some Miles Sanders in his game.
I see more Blake Corum.
Really?
And I mean, because he is shifty, but he doesn't have, like, Blake didn't have that top end speed that Justice Haynes has. I think I see him more as a early 3rd round pick.
Really? You know what? I had said something to you after the very first games. I said, what do you think about Justice Haynes? I thought after the first game he had that look like that he could be a very solid NFL running back. Now, you might be right because how the combine factors into this, and then you get to 40 and you don't hit it. I just think the guy's going to be able to play in the league, and I think he's got potential to be a starting running back in the NFL.
Sure. I'm not saying he can't be a starting running back. I'm not saying he can't be a very effective running back. I just don't think he's a first-round talent.
Okay. Let's play a new game on the Thursday Touchdown. It's called Who Gets That Gig? Who will be the head coach next at LSU, Florida, and Penn State?
All right, so Florida, I'm going with Eli Drinkowitz. I think he's far enough outside the box and exciting enough for Penn State to energize that fan base. He's won everywhere he's gone. Now, it took a little bit of time, but he's a guy that has been able to build a program and is winning at a high level. LSU, I don't know if Lane Kiffin actually leaves Ole Miss. I don't know if he wants to leave Ole Miss, but I think he'll use this to get a new contract either way. If he does, I think LSU is probably the landing spot. And the fact that he was a Saban protege, or is, probably would energize the fan base down in LSU. If you can't get Saban, let's go with one of his coaches.
Kiffin's the one that if they keep winning, it could get really messy. In terms
I don't think
of
he's ever been afraid to get dirty or messy.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, did I say Eli Drinkowitz for Penn State?
You said Florida, right?
Oh, say Florida. Okay, yeah. All right. Penn State, I'm going to go with a guy that I think belongs in the Big Ten. I just talked about him at Michigan State, Pat Fitzgerald.
Okay. For me, Florida, Jed Fish played there, offensive guy. I think that makes a lot of sense for them. LSU, I went Lane Kiffin because, of course, he's going to leverage. He's going to get his money. Jimmy Sexton, same agent as Nick Saban. I think LSU is where Lane ends up. And then my last one was, because it has to be this way, Penn State's going to do the most Penn State thing possible. Bring on Matt Rule, another guy who can't win the big games.
I know that's been talked about. I just don't think he's done well enough at Nebraska to take over at Penn State. But in terms of Lane Kiffin, with all of the stuff that came out yesterday from the governor of Louisiana and talking about, hey, the AD is not going to hire the coach and we're not going to do a contract like this again.
He said, I'd rather have Trump pick the coach.
Right. And so, I mean, there might be a side topic there. Who would Trump pick? But I don't know. Is LSU going to have to hand out a contract like they've done before?
I think so, yeah.
And so I think there's a lot of interesting moments to come in that saga.
When the governor brought that up, it also made me think about what if college coaches had to run campaigns like politicians and you have to run these ads of why you should be selected? And then imagine 2 years later when you're not performing and those ads get used against you. It'd be incredible.
All right, Thursday Touchdown editors had this written out already yesterday before the big news. Then I started thinking about it, like Hutch's extension doesn't change anything when I'm about to bring this up to you guys. The NFL trade deadline is 5 days away. If Trey Hendrickson is traded to an NFC contender, is that a fail for Brad Holmes?
I get why you bring it up, because if he's on the Eagles, Rams, or Bucks and Goff gets rattled and they lose in the playoffs, you're going to wonder, well, what the hell was Brad Holmes doing? It's only a fail if they don't make other corresponding moves. Like if you don't get Hendrickson, but you still make moves and you improve your football team.
Like you get Phillips or something like that?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I agree. I think the needs is more backup offensive tackle / starting offensive tackle, cornerback, and then you start to get into the edge. Now, I'm certainly depends what he would go for as well. Even if you don't do anything over there on those two spots, but if Trey Hendrickson ends up going for what? Less than a 5th round pick because he's on an expiring contract, I would give that up in a heartbeat.
All right, it's time for admission. A guy I was starting to be wrong about, starting to wonder about, Jack Campbell, has really rounded into form this season. So he leads the Lions in tackles. He has 3 sacks, 5 TFLs, and a fumble recovery. Will Jack Campbell make the Pro Bowl?
Yes, one, because he should. And his ability. Last year, it was kind of an awareness of what Jack Campbell is doing. This year, it's right in front of everybody. And I think there's just a spot open as well because Fred Warner's on IR.
That's another great point. Look, I'm not going to put the gospel into PFF rankings, but he is the second best interior linebacker on PFF. All that does is verify what our eyes are telling us, which is this guy's got instincts. This guy was born to play the Mike position, as Calvin Shepard says. And yes, he should be in the Pro Bowl.
I mean, you watch the games, he makes tremendous impacts. I mean,
closing speed, instincts, he flies around.
Yeah. Tennessee Titans are 4-21 since the start of 2024. This is supposed to be a league of parity. Are the Titans the biggest mess of any team in the NFL?
No. Wow. There's plenty to choose from. I'm going to go Dolphins. They are locked into this Tua contract. Take a look at the dead money. They can't move on. So whoever the next coach is, because they're going to have to fire their coach, they're going to get saddled with Tua, and they're still 2 steps away from being where, like, at least Tennessee's at ground zero. Miami has to tear down to get to ground zero.
At least he's playing Tua. I'm going to go with Cleveland. They're still paying Deshaun Watson. Oof. They're paying, 7 different quarterbacks? And they're left with Dylan Gabriel and Sanders? Like, are you kidding me? And they have one of the best defensive players of all time in Myles Garrett. They're doing nothing to support him. Yeah, their defense might be good, but offensively, they're a dumpster fire. And then they start an old quarterback and then trade him to a division rival.
Okay, you guys both make great points for both these teams. I don't think people realize the oblivion that the Titans are in. They may have picked the wrong guy. This is a team, guess what? That 4-21, by the way, is after Mike Vrabel. You wish you had him back. Look what he's doing. I mean...
Well, don't you think Cleveland would like to have Baker Mayfield back?
Yeah, exactly. I know. I get that and stuff, but I'm telling you what. I think
Miami wants Dan Marino back.
Tennessee really gets lost in the shuffle of teams you think about in the NFL. And think about the success that they had right before all this. And it's the ownership.
Yes.
They got bad ownership.
They got bad ownership. I'll make the argument that Cleveland is worse ownership, but at least they don't have to be stuck with their number 1 overall pick. They could take another quarterback now. We saw Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray.
Who would that be if they did? I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
I mean, I don't know. You look at, is it Mendoza
or
out of Indiana?
Simpson? Yeah.
All right, finally, the Chiefs are back to 5-3 after a rough start, and they're looking their part. They get Josh Allen and the Bills, one of the great rivalries right now in the NFL. 4:25 CBS, Nance Romo on the call. Ooh, Jim, would you take the Chiefs or the field to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl right now?
I'd take the field. because you still have the Bills. And I don't know if the Bills are actually going to be there this year, but you've got the Indianapolis Colts, who have been an absolute surprise. And with the 3 losses that Kansas City has so far, they may already be out of contention for the number 1 seed.
They don't need it.
I know they don't necessarily need it, but
they made it as a 3 2 years ago
I know.
when they
And
won it.
Yeah, I take the Chiefs. I get the best quarterback in football. I get a Hall of Fame coach, great defensive coordinator. And I think what's big with them is their verticality, the offense, the explosivity of that passing game is back to where it was a few years ago. I take them over the field in the AFC.
I'll tell you what, the second team I'd take right now is the Colts, because I really think they looked apart with the offensive line. But I think that's the story of the NFL in the second half of the season. The Colts, can they keep this going? Okay, they've kind of jumped out and a little bit of an unknown, but when you got the target on your back, how do you perform?
But I will also say this, Kansas City, other than their center, the rest of that offensive line is not great. And we've seen it cost Kansas City in the past. I think it's going to cost them at some point again this year.
It's your Thursday touchdown, 97.1.
Hey, you guys, it's Heather, and if you've ever thought about getting a hot tub, this is your moment. Go check out Beninati Pool and Spa, and let me tell you, they're going to make the entire process super easy. They have so many different hot tubs to choose from, and their experts will help walk you through the right one for you and your family. That's where I got mine, and they made the entire process so easy. They helped me pick one out. They delivered it, they installed it, and they've been there to help with maintenance as well. They handle everything. Beninati Pool and Spa is in Utica, right next to Jimmy John's Field. Plus, they have this brand new showroom in Clinton Township, right off M59 and I-94. Now, no matter which location you go to, you're going to be met with Beninati experts who will give you this personalized experience and help you find the right hot tub. Plus, this is pretty cool. If you mention my name, they'll take $500 off your purchase, just like that. So go visit BeninatiPools.com or stop by Utica or Clinton Township and see why so many people, including me, love the Beninati experience.
2 Grand Slam coming up at 7:25. A chance to win $2,000 with us. Good morning, 97.1. Jim Costa, John Jansen, Heather Park, Gov and Greg behind the glass, Brendan Shabath on the updates. Big night for Cade Cunningham with 30 points, and a big day for Aiden Hutchinson, John, who got paid. Payden Hutchinson is what Greg is calling him.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep, he certainly got paid, and good for him. Congratulations to him, to the Detroit Lions for locking him up. He's a difference maker. He's a difference maker on defense. He's a difference maker for the franchise. And I think most people, especially after year one, saw what the difference was that he was making in terms of, the locker room, the character on the team, the work ethic, all of that stuff. Now he's not the only one, but you got to have a couple of guys on both sides of the ball that are your ringleader, and he's certainly one of them. So there's a lot of reasons why you get paid money like this, and he checks nearly every box, if not every box.
Zero hesitation, worth every penny, and it's the latest example of the Lions being a step ahead, a cut above, a first-class, first-rate organization. Like, John, this guy is leading the NFL in pressures. He's a menace. He's got 6 sacks in 7 games. Going to have another double-digit sack season here.
Yeah.
He's an elite edge player. And you're right, beyond the production on the field, he's a great locker room guy. He plays damn near every snap. He's a Dan Campbell gritty football player. We watched what he did at the end of his time at Michigan, flipping the script there. And he's been a huge part of flipping the script here in Detroit and making the Lions one of the elite teams in the NFL. As much as it's a big day for Aiden, I think it's a big day for the Lions because they continue to lock down core cornerstone pillars. So it's Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown. They've also paid J-Mo and Kirby Joseph.
Yeah, of guys that have just been drafted. They also obviously re-upped Jared Goff.
Of course. But throw Lee McNeil in. Like, they have drafted and extended their core. These guys include Goff, throw in a 5th year for Gibbs and Campbell, and that's everybody through 2028 or until 2028. That's a hell of a window to lock down the core of your football team. This isn't like a fly-by-night, 1 year, got to win it right now. They've done a great job getting ahead of these deals so they can sign more of these deals and keep as much of this team together for years to come.
So now the task is, it becomes more complicated, but you're hoping that Brad Holmes, in the grand plan that he is, in the playbook that he's working off of, you still have, it's even more important to draft well now because you got to have cheap, good labor.
Yeah.
And that's where, he needs to continue to hit on draft picks. How can he find those complementary pieces to fill out the roster that are quality pieces, but you're not going to pay as much as you're paying for your core guys?
Right.
That's going to be part of the task. And then the next part of it, the equation is, as these guys get further into their contracts, what do the restructures look like? What's the exit plan eventually for moving past some of these players?
Well, the good news is this Hutch deal will be an extension on top of the 5th year.
Right.
So I don't know exactly how they're going to spread the money out, but we've watched them do it strategically with Sewell and St. Brown when they signed that same spring. They offset the cap hits to balance the two of them. Jared Goff has a giant cap hit next year.
Going to be restructured.
It's no secret. They're going to have to, and they should, and they will restructure his deal, and they'll spread the money around again. And you can always tack on extra years here. And look, you may get burned 4 or 5 years down the road, but it gives you that 3 to 4 year window to really chase this thing. They're doing a great job.
I think they are as well. Extremely happy that they finally get this done. It was one of the big questions we had in this offseason, and I know a lot of people were like, oh, well, we need to see if he's healthy, and we need to, how's he going to recover from this injury? I didn't have any issue with it. I would have liked to have been done earlier. Doesn't matter now because it's finally done.
Well, think about it. With Micah Parsons, Micah got $26.5 million per year on average. Aiden's at $45, so a little less than Micah per year average, more guarantees. But effectively, we're talking about the same deals.
Yes.
It's not like the Lions paid significantly more or got put over a barrel by waiting. They got it done. And I never disputed that they would get it done. I think we all knew this was just a matter of when, not if.
Yeah, and who was delaying it? And I think it was probably more Hutch and his camp versus Brad Holmes. They would have liked to have gotten it done before the Micah Parsons deal, before Myles Garrett signed, even before. Now, they couldn't do it before Max Crosby, but now that it's all those things are in the books, you're next. And if I know there's a lot of people that are probably thinking, well, he hasn't had the production of a Myles Garrett, or he hasn't had maybe the production of even a Micah Parsons. All right? Those guys are under contract. Those guys are on their teams. Yeah. This is your version, and he's up next. And I think there's a lot of people that would rather have Hutch than some of those other guys because, one, his age, and what he does for the franchise, more so than just how many sacks. It's the way that he works out in the offseason. It's the way that he leads in the locker room, in meeting rooms. It's who he is and brings in totality to this franchise.
Well, Campbell will talk about it. And we have Dan Campbell on, or you hear him at the podium, and he talks about how important the guys in the room are to setting the culture. Like, I mean, some of it is Dan's a humble dude, but I think he also recognizes he could have the greatest message ever, right? He could give the greatest speech of all time, and he could give them the game plan they need to win the game.
Right.
But if the guys aren't built from the right stuff,
right? If they're a bunch of me guys,
and it's and it's not landing because they don't want to hear it because they're not that type of guy, it falls on deaf ears. Right. So it's important that you have, I think you put a couple guys on each side of the ball, and with this team, it's more than that, but at least a couple guys on each side of the ball that are taking that message, applying it in every rep every single day so that it bleeds down to every single corner of the organization. Aiden's a huge part of that.
It is. I mean, he is. And everything that they're doing inside the organization, it's sometimes you have those pinch yourself moments where you for the majority of my life, and certainly during my playing career, you were trying to figure out what the Lions are thinking and doing. And now with competency, from ownership to front office to coach, and it all trickles down to the product on the field. This is what you get, and our expectations have completely changed for every aspect of the franchise, but certainly what we're seeing on the field.
So again, I would tell you their core is largely set, and it's not one or two guys. You have a left tackle, well, Penei Sewell, a premier tackle. Yeah. He could play left tackle. You have a premier tackle. You have your franchise quarterback. You have his number 1 and number 2 receivers. On defense, you have an interior menace and an edge player. You have one of your safeties locked up. And I said Gibbs and Campbell will have their 5th year picked up, which will take them through the 27 season. You've got your running back and your linebacker. You have your core set. There are other guys we want to see get extensions. But, John, they have set this core up for multiple years now. My question is, who's next? And we're going to take a look at that 2023 draft class, right?
Yeah.
That those guys are all going to be due or eligible for extensions in the upcoming offseason.
Gibbs, Campbell, Laporta, and Branch.
Coming up next, who's next? It's 97.1.
Brought to you by Hamilton Chevrolet. Cade Cunningham was the star of the night for the Pistons in their 135-116 win over the Magic. He made NBA history on offense, but J.B. Bickerstaff says defense is this team's identity. Cade said he's been focused on that end of the floor, and we saw proof positive yesterday. Mark Champion and Rick Mahorn on the call for 97.1. That defensive focus paying off in the form of 3 blocks and 3 steals for Cade. Pistons won't play until Saturday now. The Blue Jays made World Series history again yesterday. After 3 pitches, it was 2-0 Jays with homers from Davis Schneider and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., marking the first time a team opened a World Series game with back-to-back homers. Trey Yesavage goes on to throw 12 strikeouts. Toronto wins 6-1 and can close out the series tomorrow in Game 6. At the Corewell Health Sports Desk, I'm Brendan Shabat. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or visit Odyssey.com.
We got ticket text coming in. We'll open up the phones, 248-539-9797. Reaction to Hutch getting paid. Lions doing things right. Draft, develop, extend. They've got quite the core locked up until 2028. Question was, who's next? Because they've done such a good job staying ahead of this stuff. And they're done for now. But this next offseason, they're going to have players that are extension eligible from that loaded draft class. Gibbs, Campbell, Laporta, and Branch. John, who's next?
Well, I think you take out Gibbs and Campbell because they were first-round picks. They've got the fifth option.
But they typically pick up that fifth option and then in that same calendar year, work it into a bigger extension. They did it with Sewell. They did it with Hutch. I think they'll want to do it with those guys, too.
I don't disagree with that. I think they'll want to do it, but I think the sense of urgency is going to be more for a guy that Dan Campbell talked about yesterday when we talked to him, Sam Laporta. Because of what he brings this offense in the run game and everything that Dan said yesterday is spot on. We actually thought when we asked the question, he was going to say Jack Campbell, but he said Derek Barnes, and then he started talking about Sam Laporta. So I think it's Laporta and Branch simply because they will be going into the final year of their contract. They could pick up the fifth-year options of Gibbs and Campbell and tell them, yes, we want to get to you, but you've got two, they've got one. It's simple math. We've got to get these done, and as soon as we do, now we will focus on the two of you.
And the cap continues to go up every year.
Right.
You can start to move money and kick money further down with some of these extensions you've already signed.
Yeah.
Goff being one that they will explore next year, you'd believe. Yeah, it's okay. From an urgency standpoint, from their deals are up first standpoint, it's the second-round picks, Laporta and Branch. Mm-hmm. Who's the most important guy of those four to the way this football team plays?
Well, you could make a case
It's a
for
loaded question.
All of them. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is the one that is the most visibly impactful.
Right. You can see the yards, the chunk plays, the run game that sets up and makes the offense dangerous.
How much do you want to extend a running back, especially because his entire game is based on quickness, speed, explosiveness. I mean, all the great things, right? But
things that fade quickly with wear and tear at that position in the NFL. Now, I don't know. Like guys like Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley may be rewriting time and opening up.
Yeah, but they're different styles than Jahmyr Gibbs.
They have a power element to their game as much as there is a quick twitch. Okay, well then you could choose to be. You could choose to play it a certain way with Gibbs. You could pick up his fifth-year option. You could also franchise tag him and say, basically, I got this year and 2 more years with Jahmyr Gibbs at.
Yeah, but nobody really, especially for an organization that has treated their players so well. Not that that's abuse, right? That's a lot of money, but
there's a lot of fans that say, "I'll take the abuse of being paid millions."
Right, but it's not the way that this organization. I don't think they want to go down that road.
So if I tried to combine value to the team, value in the longevity of their position, I would go Jack Campbell.
Probably, yeah, well, and then I was going to say the other thing is who's going to be the least expensive of those four.
You think stand-up linebacker less than the safety, running back, and tight end?
I mean,
I think they're kind of all in the ballpark, man.
Yeah, I mean, a linebacker, tight end probably going to be in the same ballpark. Brian Branch, for what he does in the secondary, I think might be a tick above, and Branch and Gibbs probably in the same sort of pay class. So, I mean, yeah, I would probably say Jack Campbell. And then I would go Laporta, Branch, Gibbs, just because Gibbs is a running back. And I hate to say it, I love the guy, and I love what he does for the team, but your risk is much higher at that position.
248-539-9797. Who's next? We'll get some of your ticket texts and phone calls. 248-539-9797 on Hutch. Community is my word. Hutch is a huge asset to the community. Extremely happy we got this done. I just hope in 4 or 5 years when it's time to reset and rebuild, we don't hang on by a thread like the Saints did and go 8-9 for 4 years before finally accepting the inevitable. Sewell will be here for two different generations of great runs, though.
Probably. And I think, I mean, if you're looking for guys that are going to be here long term, Sewell and Hutch.
Probably have another contract.
Yeah, I would think those two are of positions where, you're looking for, at least a decade, if not 12 to 13 years out of both of them.
My brain said 12 to 15. I know it gets tough as the longer you go at that spot, but those are positions that do age well.
Yeah.
And they are critical positions, and they're stars. And honestly, like, I get what this person's saying. I 4 to 5 years, we'll deal in 4 to 5 years. Like, I just love that that's how they've set this up. Is it's not like there's a cliff next year where everything's going to come crashing down.
Right. Or I mean, okay, where did Brad Holmes come from?
The Rams.
Right. And the Rams, all right, no, they had to have a little bit of a reset.
Then they're right back in.
Right. And so there you're looking at, okay, how much of it is being able to reset from a personnel standpoint and what Brad Holmes will need to do, as well as, that's why I mentioned you're going to have to draft extremely well, continue to do that on a yearly basis, especially if you're not trading your draft picks away, unlike what was going on in LA. But on the flip side, if you have a year where you don't have extreme talent, can you get away with a 10-win season or even a 9-8 season simply because of Dan Campbell and your coaching staff?
Well, right. Some of this is going to be if you don't give up your picks, but you don't win the Super Bowl, you're very good for a very long time. You may be in a spot where you need to give up those picks to chase the Super Bowl.
Correct.
And the Rams have shown, though, it doesn't mean you fall off a cliff. So here's what they've done since McVay took over. 11-5, 13-3, lost in the Super Bowl. 9-7, 10-6, 12-5, won the Super Bowl. The step back year, they went 5-12, but it was one step back before rattling off 10-7, 10-7, and they're 5-2 this year. So if F them picks means you got to deal with one lousy year along the way, but you win a Super Bowl, I think that reinforces the F them picks mentality.
Weren't there also some big injuries that year that they were suffering with?
Believe you're correct on
so
that.
that plays a part in it as well.
Can you imagine if they were getting a bigger contribution from the 2024 draft class? Like, I got Mahogany, and that was the last pick, and he looked solid.
You're talking the Arnold draft.
The Arnold, the Rakestraw, the Manu, and the Vaki.
Yeah,
and the Wingo.
Nothing really.
I mean, that's right now. Like, if they had one more player in that thing.
Right. And that's why, I mean, you don't want to have years where you're just like, okay, we got nothing out of that draft. And yes, okay, they got Mahogany. What does he end up becoming? How long does he play? How healthy does he stay? Like, you could sit there and say, okay, well, at least we got a starting guard, and he's going to be here for a while. It's
the laser focus on Terrion Arnold, though, man. If he can, he's healthy. If he can just get better from here a little bit, I'm not asking for a ton. I'm not asking for him to be a Pro Bowler. I'm just asking for him to be a starting cornerback.
Right, but sometimes it's just a law of averages, right? Because on the year prior to that, the guys that we're talking about, you nailed 4 picks.
I know.
2 in the first, 2 in the second. And if you have that 1 year where you're like, oh, okay, well, hey, not everybody hits 1,000%, 100%.
But now, if let's say
that's 1,000. Yeah.
Let's say all the, let's say nothing changes with the 2024 class. You got Mahogany and nobody else improves or whatever.
So Terrion's just like a guy.
Yeah. It's going to happen to you as a general manager. I'm nitpicking here, but it will put a focus. Like, the next couple drafts need to be
that's what
better,
John said. Yeah.
so that you can start supplementing when these contracts start coming up again.
Yeah,
you can explore potentially cutting somebody.
You're going to have
on
good, cheap talent.
Having better players is better.
Thank you, Greg. Ticket
Hey,
text.
don't pull me out on that yesterday. Dan Campbell called Rodrigo a football player.
Yeah, a really good football player. He's good at football.
Really?
His occupation, football player. A couple ticket texts. We should work on a montage of all the hot take idiots, locally and nationally, that said the Super Bowl window in Detroit is over. Oops.
Keep it going. Come on. Say it.
No, the one I wanted to play was Greeny.
We're good.
Because I never said the window was closed. I thought it was another 2 years at least from now. And, John, if they keep locking these guys down, they're going to keep extending the window by a year or 2 or 3. Aiden signed through 2030 now.
Right. And but now it comes down to, okay, you've got all these guys signed. You've got some of the most talented players in the NFL, and you're paying them as such. You've given out almost $1 billion in contracts. What comes of it?
Right.
It
have to
needs
deliver
be
a Super Bowl. The beauty of Jahmyr Gibbs, he's only getting he's not getting 28 touches per game. He's been a split back for his entire career, lessening the workload, maybe extending his career.
Sure.
Hutch is second to none. He forces fumbles, plays the run, reads screens. He's a playmaker. Garrett and Parsons may be better as a pure pass rusher, but Hutch is the better all-around defensive end and might be the best in all of football. Adds, I hope Laporta is the next guy to get paid.
Mm-hmm. I would argue a little bit Myles Garrett. He's a guy that plays the run as well as the pass.
I think Garrett is the best defensive player in the NFL.
Yeah.
And if you want to go all around, I think Aiden's probably second.
Yeah, I would say so as well. When we say that, right, it feels like we're taking a shot at Aiden.
No.
But that's what it feels like.
No, but just so people understand, Myles Garrett had 5 sacks last week. He's the fastest, or he's got the most of any player before hitting age 30 in the history of the sport. So, yeah, being number 2 to that guy,
yeah,
it's still fitting you for a gold jacket. Mm-hmm. Jack Campbell has to be next. Anzalone's in his final year. Jack is the captain and needs the extension next. Then it's Branch. He's a do-everything playmaker. I don't know if Gibbs gets an extension or just a fifth-year option and then a tag. Sammy may be the odd man out.
And you kind of saw the writing on the wall of if we're asking the question, who's next, kind of feel like it has to be Jack Campbell because of, hey, Alex Anzalone wanted more money, and they throw him an extra $50,000, and he's in the last year of his deal. The green dot went to Jack Campbell, so I think they see it as well.
Got the 2 Grand Slam coming up at 7:25. A chance to win $2,000. Can you get all 10 questions right? We'll get Heather's news as well. It's next, 97.1.
At First Merchants Bank, they believe that the real value comes from building strong communities and strong relationships. With their new branch opening in the Fitzgerald neighborhood of Detroit, First Merchants Bank is excited to offer a banking experience that's welcoming, attentive, and dependable. Their easy-to-use, secure, and highly rated app makes everyday banking a breeze, allowing you to manage your accounts on the go, and their local attentive bankers are your partners in success. They're going to take the time to get to know you, give sound advice, and provide solutions that work for you. In fact, that's exactly what they've done for me over the years and for my family, so that's why they're our personal financial partner. With a passion for fostering community development, their team is committed to helping you and your neighborhood prosper. Experience the difference of banking with an award-winning bank that truly cares about your financial journey. All you have to do is visit firstmerchants.com/Fitzgerald to learn more about how they can help support you as well. That's firstmerchants.com/Fitzgerald. First Merchants Bank, helping you prosper. Member FDIC.
Before the 2 Grand Slam, let's get to Heather with the news.
Well, school officials in Taylor are investigating some serious allegations against a veteran teacher who formerly worked at Taylor High School. So parents and former students say that this teacher made inappropriate comments toward female students over several years, and now many are demanding action. So this teacher allegedly made suggestive comments to young girls, made them feel targeted, made them feel uncomfortable, unsafe. Even former teachers are kind of speaking out saying, yeah, you know what? While he wasn't saying these comments to me, I had students coming into my class saying they didn't want to go to his classroom. And there is one former student who's discussing her experience, of course, unnamed, right? Here she is.
Oh.
Yeah, so other
Yikes.
students, former students, are sharing their similar stories as well. The district confirmed that they're looking into the matter, and the superintendent also says they're addressing threats made against the teacher as a result of this new investigation. The teacher, who has not been named because he is not facing any charges, denies the allegations. Hey, you can go and celebrate the holiday season at Michigan Central Station at their 2nd annual Winter at the Station event series.
Okay.
Sounds pretty cool. So it's a 6-week celebration, runs from Friday, November 14th through Sunday, December 28th. It will feature live music from different Detroit artists, some locally made food, drinks, arts and crafts. There's a market. You can go and buy gifts. There's hands-on workshops and so much more. And of course, it will kind of be transformed into a winter wonderland, right?
That's
the
cool.
halls of the historic building will have festive decor and things like that. Last year, they say more than 53,000 people attended the event.
It sounds like a great date night.
Yeah, something.
Where you take your kids?
I still yet to go. I want to go see it.
Do they have? I wonder if they have candle making or
Scented drinks.
Scented drinks.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean,
I have a variety of interests, John.
Or tie-dye shirts. Maybe they have something like that, right? Is that something you're into?
Yeah.
My wife's really into the tie-dye scene, yes.
Yeah. Upside pineapple.
Not that,
Maybe
John.
Decor.
they might just have that. On Monday, a Detroit police officer showed up for court in his underwear.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah. Officer Matthew Jackson showed up. This was virtual court, right? To a virtual hearing, wearing his uniform shirt. His badge looked official, except for the fact that on the bottom,
Yeah,
he
no
was
pants.
wearing underwear. Yeah, or
It's like
shorts.
he's like a news anchor.
Back in 2020, right, when everyone was doing things virtually. We think we would have learned our lesson from back then. But a judge quickly noticed, asked the officer if he had pants on, and he was very honest and said, "No, sir. Nope, I do not." So he didn't lie about it, didn't have any pants on. The judge then proceeded with the case without any further mention of the clothes. But you could see that this officer was sitting on his couch, and he had his laptop on the coffee table, and it... maybe sit at the kitchen
camera,
table where you
or-
know your legs are not exposed.
Or
put
you
pants
you
on.
could see the camera. You could see what your picture looks like.
I know. Or just put pants on. Put your whole uniform on. This is pretty cool. Frankenmuth's Bavarian Blast Water Park has just been awarded with a really prestigious honor. So they just won the Leading Edge Award, which apparently is the highest accolade from the World Water Park Association.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they say the award recognizes exceptional creativity and innovation in the water park industry.
Cool. I haven't been there since they've added on to it.
No, it's huge now. 170,000 square feet of water park. Features 16 new water slides, a lazy river, a wave pool, Michigan's first adult-only swim-up bar.
Mm-hmm. You can go from there to Bronner's. You can go get yourself some, chicken dinner and do the whole thing.
Do a whole experience.
Could be a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should go. Water park. Do you like water parks?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah.
I do as well. I don't like indoor water
I'm
parks.
kinda
I
with
have
you,
a
yes.
thing with that.
Yeah, they seem a little, just,
I'm not a fan.
As long as it's well maintained.
You know what I am a fan of? giving away some money.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you'd like to win $2,000, give us a call now for your shot to play the 2 Grand Slam, 248-539-9797. You guys, I've got some bad news. Not for you, but I guess for me or anyone else who might sleep in separate rooms from their spouse. There's a new study that says sleeping apart might not be the key to happiness in a relationship and may actually decrease psychological well-being. So there's a study that found that older couples, so I'll say I'm not quite there yet, but older couples who slept in separate rooms had worse psychological well-being compared to couples who slept together. And they say that psychological well-being is measured by happiness, life satisfaction, and fulfillment.
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I get it. I actually do totally get it. However, I also want the best sleep I can get because I get such little sleep that if that's going to help me sleep better, I think that's going to be all right.
Creating habits for future in life.
I don't think so. I think that when I don't have to wake up at 4:30,
Yeah.
I'll just go
We'll
get
sleep in the same
Yeah.
bed.
Yes. Come on back. You're welcome now.
All right, let's give away some money.
Yeah, that's simple. Get 10 questions right in 60 seconds. You win the big money. Otherwise, you're going to get $25 for each question answered correctly.
Our contestant this morning, it's Randy in Brooklyn. Good morning. You're on 97.1.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Randy, have you played before?
I actually played last year on Halloween.
Oh, get out of here.
All right.
How'd you do?
Yep. I got 9.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
All right. Yeah. One day earlier. We expect one more.
Yeah, let's see how you do, Randy. You know the rules. If there's one you don't know, you can pass. And if there's time, hopefully we'll get back to it. All right, here we go. Your time is going to start right now. Who did the Detroit Red Wings play tonight?
The Canucks.
Who is the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Pass.
What is the airport code for Detroit Metro Airport?
DTW.
Who wears jersey number 46 for the Detroit Lions?
Jack Campbell.
This team is currently in first place in the AFC West.
The San Diego Chargers.
Who played MJ in Spider-Man No Way Home?
Pass.
Mike Tirico works for this television network.
NBC.
Who won the men's NCAA tournament in basketball last season?
Oh, wow. Villanova.
This female artist had the 2011 hit Someone Like You.
Adele.
Who is the highest ranked SEC team in college football right now?
That's terrible. Vanderbilt.
Well, you got through all 10.
We got you with 4.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hit it out of the park last time. This one, not so much. So maybe next time we'll be right back up where you belong.
I say it's Halloween on a Tuesday next year or Thursday next year. You may have a chance. That's your lucky day.
Thanks, guys.
Randy,
Yeah.
we'll get you
Hey,
on
thanks,
hold. We'll get
Randy.
you paid. It's
Yeah.
$100.
So 4 right. Not a great performance.
No.
Who do the Red Wings play tonight?
The Kings.
The manager for the LA Dodgers. He passed on.
Dave Roberts.
He got to Detroit Metro Airport. That airport code is DTW. Jersey number 46 for the Lions.
That's Jack Campbell.
Currently in first place in the AFC West. Who did he say?
He said the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, sorry, would have been wrong even if the Chargers were in first because they're in LA now.
It's the Denver Broncos.
Who played MJ in Spider-Man No Way Home? I never get any of these.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got this one, but it is Zendaya.
Mike Tirico works for this television network. He nailed it with NBC. Who won the men's NCAA tournament in basketball last season?
That would be Florida.
Yes, the Gators. He said what, Villanova?
College basketball is starting.
It is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I thought it didn't start until, what, late January, February?
March, right?
Yeah.
MARCH.
This female artist had the 2011 hit, Someone Like You.
Adele, you want to try to hit that high note for us, John?
No. I tried at the commercial break and
That did not go
did
well.
not go well, yeah. And the highest ranked SEC team, the highest ranked SEC team in college football right now is Texas A&M.
Undefeated.
2 Grand Slam on Thursdays brought to you by Feminine Law. Get David, get paid.
Your next chance to win is going to be next week on Tuesday. Dear John is next. It's 97.1. If you're injured in a car accident, you need someone who cares about you. You need Lawrence KG and you need KG Law. That's spelled Kajy. KG Law is one of the few law firms in the country specializing in car accidents. Lawrence KG has won millions of dollars for his clients because he cares. And because he cares, you're getting that extra attention to detail. They're going to get you the biggest possible win because these insurance companies are going to fight you every step of the way. You need someone who cares about you. If you or a friend or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, you need KG Law. That's 877-KG-CARES. That's KGCares.com. Kajy, KGCares.com. Send them in, dearjohnjansen@gmail.com.
All right, I'm going to get things started. The first one is car trouble. Dear John, I sold a vehicle to one of my wife's coworkers. We were very clear that a lot of work had to be done and we didn't want to deal with it anymore. After a test drive, the coworker was confident they wanted it. We sold it for $3,000 and a statement that said, "This sale is final and the vehicle is sold as is." That was 6 weeks ago. The vehicle is now broken down. She is now asking that we take the car back and donate it or junk it. I don't feel like it's my responsibility to fix this problem for her, but I do feel really bad that it broke down. She's now accusing my partner of taking advantage of her and saying that we never told her anything could be wrong with it. How would you handle this?
Sorry, sale is final. And I mean, I don't know what legal repercussions she could go to, but maybe it's small claims court. But if you told her there are issues with the car, we don't want to deal with it anymore, and you set the price as such, like, I don't know, how many miles on the car, how old is this car? Right. But if you set the price as, hey, $3,000,
cheap car these days.
Well, yeah. And it clearly, if you're going to sell a car for $3,000, there are going to be things that go wrong with it.
It's not a great car.
And she test drove it and thought, okay, this is something I'm willing to get into. She had the right at the time to ask any questions she wanted to ask. Are there any repairs imminent? And if you knew at the time, then I think you should, say, yeah, okay, well, it needs new tires or the muffler's about to fall off. I mean, she could look and see that or anything like that. But other than that, I don't think, I'm sorry, but hey, we had a deal, signed contract, it's yours.
Kick rocks.
It's on her.
Yep.
If you're going to buy a used vehicle, I would take it to have it looked at. Like, I wouldn't just do a test drive. I would test drive it over to a mechanic or to wherever you're going to take it. Yeah. Somebody you trust, have them look at it, see everything that's wrong with it. So going into it. But once you sign that deal and you hand over that money, that car is yours. And I mean, I get it to feel bad. Sure, you feel bad. I would too. But she bought it. It's hers.
Yeah, it's her decision. And the last time I sold a car, the person who bought it wanted to take it to a mechanic. I said, go for it, because I want you to have confidence that you're making a good purchase, that you peace of mind.
You also don't want to have a situation like this where they come back to you and say, hey,
you sold me a piece of junk and it's dangerous and now it's worth $0 and I got to junk it.
Yeah, and I know it's not free to take it to a mechanic. Some mechanics will do it if you got a buddy or something like that.
They knew somebody.
Right, but even if you're going to spend $100, you're making a $3,000 investment.
And
I think
something you're going to be driving around in. You want to make sure that it's
safe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dependable.
Yeah.
Yep. Next one, a real man. Ooh. Dear John, I recently had an awful first date and want to know if I did something wrong. I matched with this girl on Hinge. We messaged for a week and then agreed to meet up for dinner after work. Conversation was going great. We split a bottle of wine and each ordered a steak, both medium rare. When the steaks arrived, mine was cooked perfectly, but I could tell something was wrong with hers, so I offered to switch. She got really quiet until the server came back and then proceeded to berate him. Full meltdown with everyone staring, saying, why don't they know how to cook a steak at a steakhouse? Then she went at me saying I'm not a, quote, real man because I wasn't standing up for her, and asked if this is how we would be in a relationship.
Whoa.
I stepped out to use the bathroom, paid the bill, profusely apologized to the waiter, and left. Did I dodge a bullet?
Yes, you dodged a bullet. My goodness.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Is that even a question? Okay, you did what a real man would do. I'll offer to switch my steak, and if it's that bad, then I'll discuss it with the waiter, and I'll wait. You go ahead and eat. I want you to be happy. I want you to go ahead, and we can have these conversations. But if she's all of a sudden going to go off on the waiter because her steak wasn't cooked appropriately, all right, if you come home late from work, she's going to go off on you.
That's crazy
that's not
behavior.
the car that I wanted. She's going to go off on you. I didn't make the bed the way I wanted. The house isn't the way I wanted.
The way you treat the server or the waitstaff at a restaurant says a lot about who you are as a person.
The way that you act when you are... How long did they say that's the first date?
First date.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting your best foot forward, right? You're trying to. Yeah, you're trying to.
It's only getting worse.
You're hiding all your deficiencies.
Very true.
When this happens, there's only one way to go, and it's going downhill from there.
Look, even if she's hangry, she hasn't eaten, that's what you're going to be dealing with.
Oh, no, I can understand hangry. All right, I trust me. I get hangry in a heartbeat.
But you get steak. You would never do this. You'd
No.
never berate a wait staff.
If it was overcooked, I would just simply say, hey, can you please take this back? This isn't the way I asked for it. And then I'll patiently wait for the next steak.
This is the biggest slam dunk, Dear John, ever. In fact, I will issue a challenge to our listeners. Is there anybody out there that thinks she was in the right?
There can't be.
Now, if the waiter or waitress comes and they give you attitude, I can understand being a little taken aback by it.
Yeah, but
I'm
to come
still
after
not.
you?
Yeah.
Dude.
Right, yeah. So
The
then
real
turn around
man?
and say, yeah, you didn't stand up for me? You're not what?
Is her name Karen?
There's no name left.
Okay, let's move on. Chef John, Dear John. Oh, first off, go blue. Okay, second, we're having some friends over this weekend for the Purdue-Michigan game because they went to Purdue. I know in the past you talked about some kind of bacon bomb dish. Can you share it again? I'm looking for some fun food ideas to stay up on the party.
Okay, so I've always, and I don't know why in a former radio life, there was a matchup with the Boilermakers between Michigan and maybe it was the chili that was named like a Boilermaker chili or something like that. It had beer in it. So I gave out a recipe. I think it's the perfect game and it's the perfect time of year to put chili in the crock pot, especially with the game being at 7 o'clock.
Yep, all day.
And then anybody that comes over, or if you're just, hey, you're out, blowing the leaves, you're doing something in the yard, you come in, you have a bowl of chili. I think it's the perfect setup for chili this weekend. Having said that, there's a great appetizer, and it is the bacon bombs. And I normally only make these once a year. It's Super Bowl is when the bacon bombs come out, and it is one slice of bacon, and then in that slice of bacon, you have cream cheese, slice of jalapeno, and a frozen tater tot. You wrap the bacon around it, you put it in the oven, and if you have a cooling rack, it's best to set it on a cooling rack so the drippings can, drip down through it. It doesn't make the tater tot becomes a little bit of a sponge, which is amazing. It's kind of what you want, right? But the rest of it drips down, and then you can save some of the bits and the bacon gravy for cooking your eggs the next morning, whatever you want. But that is, and then you cook it at, I think it's 375 for about 15 to 17 minutes, and they come out perfect. Now, I will say this. Make sure that your bacon is properly chilled, because once you get it out and you start wrapping it around there, it warms up. You want to make sure that it's not frozen. You don't want it hard, but I do put my bacon in the freezer for a few minutes to chill it, like super cool it a little bit, and you got to have the tater tot frozen, or else it doesn't work.
Write that down. All right, this last one, hot seat. Dear John, I've come under fire at work for a slow start. They don't realize how bad the culture was when I got here. For some background, I'm a bit of an outsider and not a rah-rah type, but I am qualified, and I believe with time, I would break through. At the same time, the negativity's growing, and I don't feel I have support. Starting to feel guilty because at this point, part of me just wants to be fired because it feels inevitable. Any advice? Signed, JS.
Well, first, don't hide your emotions. If you're upset, if you get asked a question in the media that you don't agree with, it's okay to show some emotion and some disdain. If you lose a game, if you're frustrated with your team, your assistant coaches, hell, if you're frustrated with yourself, show a little bit of emotion so that your fan base knows that you care about the job that you have. If you have a rivalry game that you are playing in, show a little bit of zest for the moment. And then you might be able to get some buy-in from those that are following you in your job.
I don't know why you assumed it was a football coach.
There are plenty of examples to go around. And I think there's a few locally that are going around. And if you just show a little emotion, it'll go a long way.
I think people would be more bought in if they saw how things affected you. They could relate to you.
Yeah. Now, so with your team, right, you want to be consistent.
Yeah.
and you want to be able, or for your coworkers, you want to be consistent, but you've got to be a leader. And there are different emotions for different situations and at different times. And you gotta read the room, you gotta know the moment, and you gotta fill that moment.
And I don't blame you if you want your $30 million buyout or whatever it ends up being at this point. That's Dear John. Send him in, dearjohnjansen@gmail.com. It's 97.1.
Hey, there's nothing like Michigan. The pride, the grit, the game day energy. There's a beer that gets it. It's Founders Michigan Pilsner, brewed right here in the heart of Michigan. It's crisp, light, and built for those who go all in. Whether you're tailgating in Ann Arbor or kicking back after a long day, as proud sponsors of Michigan Athletics, we're raising a cold one to the maize and blue. Founders Michigan Pilsner, brewed for Michigan, built for you. Find Michigan Pilsner at a store near you. Founders Brewing Company, Grand Rapids, Michigan. For 21 years old or older, please drink responsibly.
Sounds like the Lions will see J.J. McCarthy on Sunday. We got Bills and Chiefs on Sunday. Big NFL weekend. 8:02, we'll talk to Ross Tucker. A weekly check-in as we get set for the weekend ahead in the NFL. Got some ticket texts on Dear John.
Okay.
One on the car situation.
Yeah.
Text says, I sold a Saturn Aura to a girl. Her mom texted me the same day saying it had an oil leak. I said it never had any issue with oil leaks. She said, would I consider buying it back? I said, why would I want to buy a car that leaks oil? Sorry, man. Like, it's your problem now.
Well, yeah, and so when you're buying a used car, if you know nothing about it, Heather made a great point. Take it to a mechanic. Yeah. Look underneath. Make sure all 4 tires have air in them. And you know, like the basics. You look underneath. Show me where it was parked.
Well, you can take it for a test drive,
right?
You know,
there's more to it than just a test drive, though, because you could drive a test drive just around the block, maybe jump on a highway.
Oh, and I'm saying you'll miss stuff, but bare minimum, like you check the basics.
I say you got to take it to a professional.
I would too.
Buy a used car where the person has kept the paperwork to the work that's been done on it. I do that.
Oh, I do too.
All the stuff that's been done on a car, I keep it, and then I can show the buyer what's been done, and then you have the dates.
Right. Yeah, I used to keep all the oil checks, you know, or the oil changes. But since I always go to the same place, whenever I sell a car, I turn it in. I go there and have them print out the maintenance schedule.
Yeah, that's easier.
Well, yeah, even if you got the sticker, it shows when it was done.
Right. Yeah.
On the steak issue.
Yeah.
And the red flag bullet.
Yeah, dodged a bullet. Yeah.
Bullet.
Certainly.
Dude dodged a missile from an unnamed texter.
Yeah. I mean, that was...
Karen State Girl is a hilarious first date story. If someone acts like that on the first date, you are okay to leave immediately in that moment.
Just run.
Yeah. Check, please. Check. Yes. Oh, by the way, I tell you, we're going, you know, Dodge, you pay for yours, I'm going to pay for mine. You can sit here and finish yours.
Go.
Maybe this is her thing. She gets free steak dinners out of guys by doing this weekly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if she's into it, she doesn't want
a free steak dinner if she was well behaved.
She'd get a lot more.
I know. So no, it's more than getting a free steak dinner. Come on.
How about this text? You never return food ever.
Whoa. No, I disagree with that. You can do it in a very respectful way. If I order a rare steak and it comes and there's no pink, you know, even if there's a little bit, generally I'll be like, okay, I'll eat it. I'll deal with it. But if it's well done, then I'll say, I'm sorry, but you know, I asked for rare. This isn't rare. Could you please give me a new one?
Or if you order something like you don't want a sauce on something and there's sauce on it and it's just going to seep into the whole sandwich or the burger, I'm sending it back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't like pico. You know, whenever you go to a Mexican restaurant, right, they give you pico on everything, or you order a Southwest omelet. I'll always tell them, like, you know, hey, I don't want pico. I don't even want it on the side. Like, I don't want it to soil anything on the plate. And if it comes and if it's touching the food, I'll actually send it back because it disgusts me.
Soil is such an aggressive word for that.
It does. It penetrates all of the food, the juices.
I do think you can return food.
Yes, I agree.
But the key is you can't do what this lady did and just lose your mind.
No.
On a server who
mistakes happen.
didn't make the food, it's ridiculous. I used to never return food if it was wrong until suddenly I was like, you know what? I'm paying quite a bit of money for this. And I did order it a certain way.
Sure.
Well, you don't have to, right? Because Colin will be confrontational Colin, right?
Yeah, look out.
Yeah, I'm a real man.
Stand up for his woman. Yeah.
Well, so that's what this text says.
You just did the Tim Alley
I
grunt.
did.
It says, obviously, this isn't acceptable for a first date. However, if they were in an established relationship and the guy just sat there and did nothing, it's unacceptable.
Well, he didn't sit there and do nothing. He offered to trade steaks.
I get so uncomfortable, though, when Colin does things like that because he's the kind of guy that will take back, like, this isn't made right. I'd like it a certain way. I get uncomfortable by that when he does it for me. Like, oh, her salad is wrong. Whatever I ordered wasn't right. I'm like, shh. I can handle it if I want to change it.
I've tried to adjust sometimes when, like, if I order a steak and, like, I wanted a certain side with it, or like if I get a baked potato with it and I wanted butter on the side or extra butter, and they don't bring it, and it's taken a long time. Like sometimes I will wait to eat my food until I have everything, and then the look on my face is one of not happy.
Sure.
And which can be very off-putting to those around the table, can become uncomfortable. So I have tried to adjust my take on that. No, and just realize that it's not the server's fault. They're busy, and I don't want to make everybody at the table uncomfortable. But to go off on the waiter or waitress, that's 100% unacceptable.
There are not one, not two, but three ticket texts making the same point. Was she hot? How hot is the steak-eating Karen? Maybe a one-night stand, then run. Another one says you can look past a little crazy on the first date to at least see how she, quote, does her taxes.
Oh, my gosh.
How she does her taxes.
Okay. I don't think the hotness matters here.
I kind of agree with you.
That ruins the hotness.
I know.
You're just a bad
calling
person.
you out not being a real
Which
man.
one? At that point.
Like, is that's
It's a mood killer.
Right, yeah. If you're looking at me, telling me I'm not a real man, first of all, it's probably going nowhere after dinner anyway.
Correct. What are you supposed to do at that point? Like,
Yeah.
out berate?
I'll show you what a
Her?
real man is.
No.
On the bacon bombs. Those bacon bombs are not what a real man would make, signed Karen. But they are getting rave reviews because Joe in Flushing says, I made them last year because of John and can confirm they are top tier.
Oof, they are wonderful.
Boilermaker chili is great, signed Matt in Salem.
See, I knew there was a Boilermaker chili, and in it's all the best meats, right? You have your ground beef, you throw in a little sausage, you cut up some bacon, throw in the beans, and whatever else you want there to season it, and then the liquid you put in is a couple of beers. Then you let it cook off.
I thought it was just chicken and kale because Doug's obsessed with Purdue.
Yeah. One would think that, yes, but no, it's not.
How do you feel about Texas chili? Chili
Texas-
with no beans.
I prefer beans in my chili, but if the Texas chili, now, I think the last time this topic came up, Lisa, when we met, she lived in Texas. She sent me a video of Texas chili, and it looks wonderful. So, yeah, more meat. And I think it actually has like chunks of steak in it.
Yeah,
So,
sounds good.
yeah, I'm all in. Yeah. I mean, I can make the sacrifice of no beans.
You make that trade for steak every time.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to Ross Tucker, 8 o'clock hour. We are going to touch on the Pistons. Got a nice win last night. Cade Cunningham, 3 blocks, 30 points, 10 assists, no turnovers. And they beat the Orlando Magic. We'll get to that plus the Thursday touchdown. It's all coming up. It's 97.1.
Brought to you by Michigan Hair Restoration. Last night, Cade Cunningham became the first player in NBA history to have 30 points, 10 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals, and 0 turnovers in a game. He deservedly took up much of the spotlight, but Detroit benefited from some other big performances in its 135-116 win over the Magic. Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren each had a double-double. JD posted 21 and 12 as he is now averaging a double-double through the first 5 games this year. JB Bickerstaff spoke about what makes Duren special in the post-game press conference. This World Series between the Blue Jays and Dodgers has been loaded with record-breaking performances and World Series firsts. The Blue Jays made more history last night with the first back-to-back homers to open a World Series game ever. Then rookie pitcher Trey Savage cemented his name in the record books. Joe Davis on the call for Fox. For the first time ever, a pitcher recorded 12 Ks and 0 walks in a World Series game. 12 strikeouts is a World Series rookie record as well. Toronto wins 6-1. They can win the whole thing tomorrow in Game 6 back in their native homeland. At the Corwell Health Sports Desk, I'm Brendan Shabath. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or visit Odyssey.com.
Lions back off the bye this week. They'll host the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy expecting to start for those Vikings. Joining us this week, Ross Tucker, as he does every Thursday. He's our Odyssey NFL insider. Check out the Ross Tucker Football Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. Ross, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. Happy Halloween. What are the kids dressing up as?
My younger one is a Starbucks barista. My older one is a fairy because I think her other two friends from school are fairies, so they're three little, tooth fairies or something together. My wife and I actually have two games this weekend. I'm doing Army at Air Force Saturday and then Chargers Titans Sunday, both for CBS. So I won't be doing any of the trick-or-treating stuff, unfortunately, but at last week's, I was able to go to a Halloween party last weekend. My wife and I were 6'7". That 6'7" thing?
Yes, if anyone has kids or anyone's around kids, we know the whole 6'7". And I hope you're doing the hands at the same time right now.
Ross, thank you for doing your part to hopefully make it cringe enough to get the kids to stop doing it.
Well, two things, Jim. First of all, it's the easiest costume of all time. I wore a T-shirt that said 6. My wife wore a T-shirt that said 7. She's like, do you want to just do that? And I was like, yes, that sounds amazing. And then secondly, I am making it my mission to single-handedly end this thing because it can't be cool to kids if your dad is saying it and doing it all the time. So I do it any chance I have. Any trade in the NFL, I'm like, oh, it's a 6'7" swap. Or no matter what, I am trying to do it.
I love it.
I mean, I'm right there with you. My daughters are the same way, and every time I do it, they're like, okay, Dad, that's enough. So, hey, let's talk a little football. J.J. McCarthy is obviously coming to town. He's going to be his first start. Do you think they were holding off because he wasn't ready? And what do you expect when he does go under center?
Well, I would love to hear. Obviously, I know, John, you know him very well from his time at Michigan. I'm sure everybody up there loves him with the national championship. I find the entire situation to be fascinating. I really do. I mean, just to recap for Lions fans, and this is the first time. Oh, no, did you guys already play them? Or no?
No, this is the first time.
Okay. So, this offseason, they tried to bring Sam Darnold back, but they really just wanted him until they knew McCarthy was ready to go or whatever. And Darnold felt that, and Darnold got a better offer from Seattle, so he went there. But the Vikings wanted to bring Darnold back. The thing that's even more interesting is that on my show, the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, Tom Pelissero from NFL Network reported that the Vikings had actually offered Daniel Jones more guaranteed money than the Colts did. So these isn't like huge dollars, right? But Daniel Jones got over $13 million guaranteed from the Colts, which means the Vikings offered Daniel Jones over $14 million guaranteed. That is very rare for a guy as a backup quarterback. Very rare.
So it calls into question how much do they actually believe in JJ, right?
Well, I think they believe in him, but I think, he was coming off the injury. They weren't sure how he would respond, and I think they wanted another option just in case. And the reality is, Jim, he played 2 games, and in those 2 games, he had one good quarter, and that was the fourth quarter against the Bears. Mm-hmm. He didn't look very good. And so they put in Wentz, who'd only been there for a couple of weeks. McCarthy has the ankle sprain. I mean, he just had 6 weeks off or 7.
6'7".
He had 6 or 7 weeks off with a high ankle sprain. Just so you know, Jim, I think I played with John when he had a high ankle sprain, and he missed 0 games. 0. He taped it up and got spatted and played. The craziest thing about it is I called the Vikings game last Thursday night for Westwood One. I was out in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
There's a play that goes out of bounds, okay? You guys can find it.
I know. I saw it.
And Jefferson goes out of bounds, and he rolls up on McCarthy, who jumps up over Jefferson to not get hurt, land, and is making this first down thing. No, meanwhile, Wentz has a dislocated shoulder that he needs season-ending surgery on. So, like, this whole thing, like, let's put it this way. J.J. McCarthy's ankle was a heck of a lot healthier last Thursday night than Wentz's shoulder was. The Vikings kind of drag this thing out as long as they can. I don't know if they would verbalize this, but I think deep down in places maybe they don't want to admit, I think they're petrified that maybe he's not the guy and or not ready, because they spent a lot of money to bring in Hargrave and Jonathan Allen on the D-line, Fries and Kelly on the O-line. I mean, I think they really thought, hey, we got a really good team. We won 14 games last year, and we got a quarterback on a rookie contract. It's go time, but they're running out of time for this year, and I think they're a little bit nervous about what they have in McCarthy. And I don't know there's any quarterback that has more pressure on them the rest of this year than him, because if he doesn't at least show improvement, I don't really know where that would put the Vikings this offseason.
Yeah, and I think the line on this game is somewhere around 6 or 7.
8.5, John. Come on.
It's 8.5.
I know. I'm trying to set you up here. Yeah. So, I mean, looking at this game, and obviously on the heels of Hutch signing a mega contract yesterday, your thoughts on Brad Holmes and the job that he is doing in signing guys early, continuing to build this roster, and managing the salary cap?
Well, I love Brad Holmes. He's a top 5 GM with what he's done. It's so funny because I just recorded the Raw Tucker Football podcast for today, and I was just talking with my guy Greg Cosell, and we were laughing. Do you realize that last year Jahmyr Gibbs had 330 yards and 6 touchdowns in the 2 games against the Vikings? 330 yards, and I don't know how much was receiving,
great.
how much was rushing, but 330 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Greg and I were just laughing about the fact people were so up in arms when the Lions took him number 12. And then later in the first round, they take Jack Campbell, and people are like, these guys are idiots. How do you take a running back and a linebacker in the first round? What are they doing? I mean, what they're doing is they're drafting their you-know-what off. And then what, to me, the Lions right now are following the Eagles model, which is draft well, and then if you draft well and you identify, okay, this is a core guy, the earlier you sign him, the better, because you tack on those years to the rookie contract. So Hutch still has, the rest of this year, and he's got that 5th-year option. So they're tacking these extra years on. It makes it a lot easier to spread out the cap over those. They're really doing it for Hutch over like 6 years, even though it's a 4-year deal. They can spread the cap pain over the next 5.5 years. The fascinating thing there is that Hutch made more money by getting hurt. You almost never say that, but they would have signed him to a deal like the day after last season ended if he was fully healthy. But because of the injury, I think that they wanted to, make sure he was healthy, come back. And you know what McCartney, his agent, did? Hey, wait till Myles Garrett signs, wait till Watt signs, and then especially wait till Micah Parsons signs. In a weird way, Hutchinson getting hurt made him money.
Trade deadline, Tuesday. What should Lions fans look for with Tuesday?
Probably I would think that they'd be in the market for another edge guy, another pass rusher opposite Hutch. You really can't have too many, and you never know when a guy is going to go down. And in these playoff games and late in the season when you're trying to close out games, you want to come at them in waves. So there's a bunch of guys out there that if they're opposite a star like Hutchinson, they can get you some pressure. I don't know if it's one of the Dolphins guys like Jalen Phillips The Titans, I'm doing the Titans Sunday. You know, Draymond Jones has a sack the last 3 games. He's on a 1-year deal. Arden Key. Obviously, the big swing would be a guy like Trey Hendrickson, you know, for the rest of the year. Because if the Bengals lose to the Bears, I'm quite sure the Bengals would be happy to save some money, and they might move on. Now, that might be too much salary to take on for the Lions, but I would guess there, assuming that they feel like they're going to get all these DBs healthy again, you know, later on in the year.
Bills and Chiefs going to be one of those spotlight games. How do you see that one going?
You know, the Bills always win the regular season game and then lose the playoff matchups. And the games in Buffalo, that's probably the most likely. But just watching them over the last 3 or 4 weeks, it feels like the Chiefs are clearly the better team. I mean, they're favored by 2.5 on the road. I think they should be. Right now, their offense is kind of looking really good. I mean, even with some fluky interceptions, they still move the ball very well on Monday night. That's the other thing. I mean, they're on a short week on the road at Buffalo, and they're still favored by 2.5. Meanwhile, the Bills aren't really clicking as much as they need to. You know, Ed Oliver, their best D tackle, maybe their best D lineman, just went on IR. He's got a torn pec or a torn bicep this time now. So it feels like the Chiefs are the better team. But I don't know. I mean, if I'm the Bills fan and we lose the regular season matchup, maybe I just feel like it gives me more of a chance to win the playoffs. The problem is the Bills are now in a battle for their life to just win the division against the Patriots.
He's Ross Tucker. We have him on every single week. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide for your insurance and financial needs. Nationwide is on your side. Ross, we're pumped for the Lions coming out of the bye week. They got a bunch of big games coming up in the next, 6 or 7 or so weeks. We're looking forward to it, buddy. Thanks.
It's going to be awesome. I'm in the booth when they play the Eagles for Westwood One a couple weeks Sunday night. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Looking
Can't
forward
wait.
to it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ross.
Thanks, man.
You guys.
It's 97.1.
Hey Detroit, it's Heather here with some big news. Verizon, America's best 5G network, wants you to bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal. If you think Verizon is expensive, well, think again. Not only does Verizon let you lock in your low price for 3 years, everyone in the family can mix and match their plans with My Plan. And everyone can get the same great phone deals when they trade in an eligible phone in any condition on My Plan. That means new and existing customers. That's more reasons to save, more reasons to switch. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Detroit Verizon store, and they'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics United States Root Score Report dated first half 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid customer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. 3-year price lock applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms apply to promotional offers. See www.verizon.com/switch-2-verizon/.
Hey, you hear the ads, law firms bragging about some giant verdict, and to them, it's a trophy. It's a number, and that's good for them. But if you've just been in a car accident, what's it really do for you? Here's the truth about David Femininio. He wins big, but he also knows it's not about the headlines. It's about you. That money pays your medical bills. It keeps your family steady, and it matters only because you need it. That's the difference. With David, it's never about showing off. It's about fighting for you. You can give David a call at 855-65-CRASH, or you can visit him on the web at getdavidgetpaid.com. That number again, 855-65-CRASH, or on the web at getdavidgetpaid.com.
Mark champion Rick Mahorn. Pistons won last night against the Orlando Magic. Cade Cunningham, the headliner, 30 points, 10 assists, no turnovers, and he had 3 block shots, including a big one that led to a bucket in transition.
Yeah, and obviously, second, third, fourth quarters, they outscored Orlando, which is why they won by almost 20.
Yeah, going away.
What's going on in the first quarter? Why is this team start so slow?
I don't know. I mean, their shots weren't falling for Cade really all night, and you make the adjustment, right? You go, all right, I'm going to get to the rim. I'm going to get some higher percentage looks for myself and my teammates. But you wish they'd settle it a little better. Yeah, I hear you.
And it seems like it's taken Duncan Robinson a little while into the games before he starts firing.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. If his jump shot's not falling, there's really no other reason for him to be on the team. Like, teams will pick on him. They'll hunt him and his matchup on defense.
Yeah.
He's got to knock down shots. And last night he did.
Right,
not
it's
early.
4 of 6, but just not early.
I think he may have missed the first 1 or 2. But yeah, I mean, my takeaway is we keep looking to see Cade on the ascent. Is there another gear for him? And John, I don't think this is a very good half-court basketball team, but he's going to make them a good, or at least decent half-court basketball team with the decisions he makes with the ball.
Yeah. And it's nice to see him do it against Orlando.
That's a team
Orlando's
that
had a tough start to their season. They're 1-4, obviously, after that game, but they made the addition of Bane.
Yeah, they're the ones that took the swing. People wanted the Pistons to be aggressive this offseason. They took more of a pragmatic development from within approach. Magic went out and made the Desmond Bane trade. They got Paolo Banchero, who was outplayed by Cade Cunningham. That's a team in the East that a lot of people have, at least preseason, getting home court, having one of those top 4 seeds. So it's a good win for the Pistons.
We'll take it.
Absolutely will. We're going to get into the Aiden Hutchinson contract extension coming up at 8:50. We have thoughts on that extension and a question about who's next. We'll get to that after the Thursday touchdown, which is coming up at 8:35.
What's next for the Pistons?
They play next on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I realized while I'm watching them, it's changing. Like a year ago, I put a lot of weight on individual regular season games because they were going to be defined by regular season improvement. And this year, I've tried to, and I don't think we have, flown off the handle about wins or losses early in the regular season, right? Especially without Jaden Ivey right now.
Right.
It's just kind of all right, don't overreact to a loss. Don't overreact to a win. This team's going to have to methodically get better and play their best ball late in the season. Really, it's the evolution all of our teams have gone through except the Red Wings because they haven't made the playoffs yet. But all the other teams, it's, hey, man, steady, improvement, get better. Your young dudes add at the deadline ideally, and then let's see what you're made of come postseason time. And it feels like the Pistons, the way I watch them now, is a lot less emphasis on individual regular season games.
Yeah.
Next game Saturday, Cooper Flag. They're playing the Mavericks in Mexico City. I wonder who's going to be going to that game.
Yes. It's a bit of low-hanging fruit, but yes.
Come on.
Yes. Can confirm. All right, so Pistons off to a pretty decent start here, right? You beat the Houston Rockets, you beat the Boston Celtics, you beat the Orlando Magic. You're feeling pretty good. Now, nobody's happy about what happened when they played Cleveland.
No,
but again, I think you take the good with the bad, and there's been more good. And again, it's
and it was a bad game all around for almost every single Detroit Piston. But
Up and down the roster.
it's also Cleveland, right? Even if you're in that game, you kind of feel like that's a game that
Probably going to lose.
Yeah.
They're the best team in the East. All right, let's get to Heather with the news.
Well, here's an interesting story. Former NFL player turned analyst for Fox Sports, Mark Schlereth, has admitted to something quite nasty, I would say. He says he always pees on the floor of airplane bathrooms.
Okay, is there a little bit more explanation?
Yes, of course there is. So he was on a podcast, right? And he was asked about the one non-football thing that annoys him the most. And he basically said that it's people who don't know how to travel. Specifically, those people who walk around on airplanes in flip-flops and socks. So to prove a point,
Yeah.
he always pees on the bathroom
Oh,
floors.
that's why he does it?
There you have it.
Hold on. Mr. Uncouth, you're going to lecture us about, like...
I thought it was going to be a matter of like, okay, I can't fit in the bathroom.
Nope.
So it's hard to hit the target.
No, it's intentional.
Okay,
It's
but
disgusting.
you can't tell people they're disgusting when you're the guy peeing on the ground.
Yeah, I'm going to show
It's
them.
gross. It's so gross.
You're the slob. You're the gross one.
Ew. Ew. Ew.
Yes,
Gross.
come on, Mark.
Well, this one's fun. Detroit Banana Ball fans are just clamoring to get tickets for the Banana Ball 2026 World Tour. In fact, we have the second most ticket drawing applications for the upcoming game at Comerica Park. So more than 171,000 submissions have been made trying to get tickets for the Comerica Park stop during the upcoming tour. Of
course.
Applications for the ticket lottery close October 31st. You've got one more day to try. So the Party Animals and Firefighters will play at Comerica Park September 18th and 19th of next year. Now, the fans that have the number one spot trying to get tickets are for Wrigley Field. They've had more than 172,000 submissions for tickets. That's where the Savannah Bananas will play the Firefighters.
Would you be interested in going?
Well, sure.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. I like going to events like that. I mean, I do enjoy going to sporting events. I wouldn't call myself a huge sports fan, but yeah,
this
for
is,
sure.
this is not a traditional.
No, I know.
No, this
I've-
is all about
from
the
what I've seen.
entertainment factor.
Yep.
Without a doubt, I would go. I think the kids would have fun. I don't
they
know
would
how
too.
many tickets you can get if your name is drawn.
Yeah, is it a 2-ticket minimum?
There's
or
gotta be a
4,
limit,
or-
right?
Yeah.
4 probably.
But I think going with the kids would be so fun. I think
Yeah.
they'd have a blast. So overall, over 4 million fans have already joined the lottery. So a lot of people want to go, want to get tickets. And if you're drawn, obviously you can purchase tickets.
Ross
What?
Tucker would like to know if you can get 6 or 7 tickets.
Well,
Yes, I don't know. Maybe cover on one of his podcasts.
speaking
Does he
of,
have a podcast?
what is the name of that podcast?
It's got 3 of them. Like, you got the Ross Tucker podcast, got the betting podcast, got this podcast.
I was talking to Greg Cosell the other day on the Ross Tucker podcast.
Speaking of 6'7", dictionary.com just made 6'7" its word of the year.
Of course.
It's not even a word, but it is the word of the year. So 6'7" is considered, a meme, a slang, I guess like an inside joke. It's
Right, yeah,
referenced
that means nothing.
in multiple contexts. Literally doesn't mean any. There's no precise definition, but dictionary.com itself calls the term a form of brain rot.
It is.
Yes, well described.
And it says that the word of the year is not just about popular usage. It reveals the stories we tell about ourselves and how we've changed over the year.
Yeah, I'm going to look back in 20 years and be like, what the?
What is that? Hey, I got to give a little shout out to Chunkosaurus Rex.
Oh, yeah, saw this, yeah.
He was just named the first ever winner of the Fat Squirrel Week competition.
Well,
Not as cool
congratulations.
as Fat Bear Week.
No,
but
as Chunk, right? Chunk won the Fat Bear Week in Alaska, but this was kind of a spin-off of that whole thing. Fat Squirrel Week was like a lighthearted bracket challenge that looked at squirrels from 16 state parks in Texas. And Chunkosaurus Rex beat out Chunk Norris. Nutella. Yeah.
Chuck Norris. Yeah. I can't believe Chuck Norris lost.
Oh, he did. Anyway.
All right.
Fun.
That's Heather with the news. Coming up next, it's the Thursday Touchdown 97.1. All right, guys. Lions fans are well aware tickets are expensive if you want to go watch this team, but 1800 Tequila is hooking you up. 1800 Tequila is the world's most awarded tequila and a proud partner of our Detroit Lions, giving away Lions tickets to a future game. Go to 971theticket.com for details. Click on the ticket events page. Come out, enjoy some tequila, and a chance to win tickets to a future Lions game. With how expensive these tickets are, you can't miss your chance. And don't forget, make 1800 Tequila part of your game day lineup all season long. Victory never tasted so good. 1800 Tequila, proud partner of the Detroit Lions. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, Dr. B at Michigan Hair Restoration is celebrating 30 years of helping men across Michigan restore their hair and their confidence. He's helped thousands look younger, feel better, and get their confidence back that they thought was gone for good. He's a board-certified facial surgeon, and Dr. Berkowitz is also a true pioneer in modern hair restoration. He's the only Detroit area physician offering both SmartGraft and NeoGraft, these advanced, minimally invasive technologies performed entirely by his own in-house medical team. That means there's no traveling techs, no assembly line, just precision, safety, and results that look completely natural. So forget those outdated methods. There's no stitches, staples, or scars, just real hair you can run your fingers through. And to mark his 30-year milestone, Dr. B is offering the Confidence Package. It's a free consultation plus $1,000 off when you mention 97.1 the ticket. The sooner you go to see him, the more options you'll have, and the sooner you'll see results. Visit MichiganHairRestoration.com to schedule your complimentary consultation. Michigan Hair Restoration, where your confidence grows back.
Good morning, 97.1. We're going to get into an Aiden Hutchinson conversation here. Some initial reactions to the deal, the payday, what it says about him, the Lions, and what's next. At the same time, in the background, we'd like to collect old man candy.
Yeah. We can't put it like that. But please specify.
Things like payday bars.
Okay. All right.
Which also relates to Aiden Hutchinson. $100,000. Well, a little more than that for Aiden. Good and Plenty.
Good and Plenty's. Oh,
those
puke.
Those are good.
The licorice.
I love black licorice.
That's an old man. You like $100,000
I like
too.
black licorice when I was 6.
Oh, gross.
You could have had the taste of an old man at 6.
Okay.
You could like the things that old men like when you were 6 years old.
Some of those things I only dreamed about at that time.
So, look, how do I step around the innuendo here? Just text in candy that you think old people like, and we'll collect those ticket texts and read those ticket texts at some point as we near Halloween.
Way to dance around it. Excellent job.
Attempted to. Didn't do a great job. It's there. At the same time, we do want to hit the big news that broke right when we got off the air yesterday. John, your first impression with the Aiden contract.
Awesome on at every level and for both sides. And it's great for the fans. Fans love Aiden Hutchinson. And do we really care what they're doing and how much they're making? We just want to see our guys out there. So fans, yes, hey, it's awesome. For the Lions, the way that this contract is structured, when they did it, and I thought Ross did a great job of explaining, you do these now so that, the 4 years doesn't start now. It starts after his 5th-year option, but you get to spread that money over 5.5 years worth of time, basically 6 years. So it works well for the Lions, and obviously it works well for Hutch because it's a record-breaking contract. It's not in terms of AAV, the average annual value, but for the guaranteed money, was $141 million guaranteed?
Most ever for a non-quarterback.
That's sweet.
And deserves every penny.
Yeah.
Deserves every single penny. Leads the NFL in pressures this year. He's going to be a double-digit sack guy. He's a terror. He plays the run. He'll play the screen game. He'll get to the quarterback. He demands doubles. He transforms the defense. Deserves every single penny. He is a homegrown, drafted, developed, and extended pillar, which is becoming the theme of the Lions. I actually think as much as this says about Hutch, the deal, he deserves it, he got his money, it says a lot about the Lions that this is who they are, a first-rate, first-class organization, because in addition to Aiden, they've dumped about $1 billion into extensions. St. Brown, Sewell, McNeil, Jamo, Kirby Joseph, Hutch, these are players they drafted and extended. You throw in Jared Goff, you throw in that, you got Gibbs for a 5th year and Jack Campbell for a 5th year minimum. their core is locked up till 2028.
Yeah.
This is not we got a cliff and we got to win right now. This is going to be another 3 years where they're chugging along with studs on both sides of the ball at critical positions, right? Quarterback, pass rush, pass catcher,
O-line,
pass blocker. They have studs at all the key anchor spots for years to come. Brad Holmes has done an amazing job.
Yes, to this point. And now the question is, he has to continue to draft well because you're paying nearly $1 billion to a handful of players over the next 4 or 5 years. You've committed a lot of the salary cap to these guys. You're going to have to draft well because those drafted players aren't going to be making as much, but you've got to be able to draft good players, get good production out of them so that they're the next wave of guys that are getting paid while the original set is being paid.
And again, when you get the deals done early, in addition to being able to spread it out over multiple years with the 5th-year option, you also get the discount today as if you waited till the final days of their contract.
Right.
So by getting these done early, you can fit more of them. I question, can you keep everybody? The answer is probably not, but you can get more of them under the cap sheet if you're
spread
early.
it out.
Yeah, extra years early, the cap goes up, you lock them in at a good rate today, and then you can spread the money around. And you can restructure. Like they're going to have to restructure Goff at some point. I think next year will be the year to do it. John, they have done a great job of alternating when the cap hits and doing everything they can to keep as many of you guys together as long as they can.
And by doing it early, you also feel like, okay, you're not going to have those wasted years on the end of the contract, and you're not paying for them for things that they've already done because you're paying them while they're doing it.
Yeah.
And so it's you see some of these bloated contracts, especially in free agency, where you're kind of paying for the performance that they've already had and hoping that they have those performances, whereas it's your own guys and you do it early. Now you're paying for the prime years and you're not extending them too far out.
Who's next? So clearly we'll shift focus to the next draft, which is a great draft. Mm-hmm. In the offseason, you're going to have Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, and Sam Laporta all eligible for extensions.
So just in terms of guys that have 2 years left on their deal versus guys that only have 1 year left on their deal, going into their final year of their contract, that's Sam Laporta, Brian Branch. I think that the sense of urgency will be more for those two guys, but I think maybe the most important of those four is probably Jack Campbell. And so you take into account, okay, how much is it going to cost? What's the risk involved of paying those guys? And obviously the biggest risk is Jahmyr Gibbs. Not because he may be the best producer out of those, but as we know, running backs have a shelf life. We don't know. His might be 10 years, might be 12 years. But for his style, in terms of shiftiness, quickness, explosiveness, change of direction, all those different things, age matters. And also injuries matter. If he has a knee, then, he has two of them, but if he has a knee injury.
I wasn't going to make the smart-ass
yes,
comment.
I know. I saw you thinking it. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, when he comes back, is he losing his superpower? Whereas Hutch, okay, he has a terrible injury, but he doesn't lose his superpower.
Right. So if you had to rank the four, because again, everybody wants to keep all of them, but rank the four. I like Jack Campbell as the number one of this list. He is the green dot. He is the captain. Anzalone is on the last year that he'll be in Detroit, right? Campbell has taken a big step forward. Jack Campbell, they say it's his defense, and he has taken ownership. The instincts, the closing speed, he is having I won't even say a Pro Bowl, an all-pro season. Jack Campbell, to me, would be the number one of that list.
Yeah, Jack Campbell, and then I would probably go Brian Branch.
Because he's just such a valuable, versatile piece on this defense.
Well, and okay, if let's just say you don't have a Brian Branch, or if you're picking between Branch and Laporta, is it more difficult to find somebody that can do at the level of Brian Branch, or is it more difficult to find a tight end that maybe can't do what Laporta can do, but between two guys, you can make one Laporta?
Yeah, I'd have Branch ahead of Laporta. And it's tough. Like, we just had Dan Campbell on, and the guy that Dan Campbell singled out as
Laporta
having a year-over-year leap was Laporta. And it doesn't always show up in the numbers because of all the things they asked him to do in this offense as a tight end. But I remember before they drafted Sam Laporta, didn't they get a ton of production out of a bunch of no-name tight ends? Didn't they set, I believe at the time, a franchise record for the most touchdown catches among a tight end group before they added Sam Laporta?
Yeah.
So again, it's not a knock on him, but I'd move him down. The Gibbs one is the toughest to figure out because the league has valued running backs more the last few seasons. And the run game is such a big part of who the Lions' identity has become on offense.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Can guys play till they're in their late 20s now when you look at Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley and some of these other running backs that are at the top of the league?
And Saquon Barkley has had injuries.
Yeah. 248-539-9797. We want to know from you guys your reaction to the Aiden extension. I can't imagine anybody has anything
negative to say.
No, I mean, this is a slam dunk, no-brainer. It says a lot about the Lions that they continue to get moves like this done, and we want to know who's next. It's 97.1.
Brought to you by Mastercraft Heating and Cooling. The Red Wings will take the ice tonight for their second of a 5-game road trip. Tonight marks the first of 4 games out west. If tonight's game was any later, we'd say it was tomorrow. Wings will drop the puck with the Los Angeles Kings at 10:30 p.m. These West Coast road trips can be challenging, but Tom McClellan knows his team has to figure out a way to handle it. Late Night Hockey can be heard right here on 97.1 The Ticket, face-off at 10:30. After the news of Aiden Hutchinson re-signing with the Lions for 4 years, $180 million yesterday, we can expect to hear from Hutch today. The Lions were off yesterday when the news broke, but will have practice and media availability this afternoon. Hutch will likely speak to reporters in the locker room around 2:30. We do have NFL action on the field tonight as Lamar Jackson returns from injury in a must-win game for the Ravens against the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football, kickoff at 8:15 in Miami. At the Corewell Health Sports Desk, I'm Brendan Shabath. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or visit Odyssey.com.
I'm going to take a bit of advice from the Twitch chat. Old person candy. Old man candy was turned into some kind of weird innuendo. Just want to know about old people candy. Because John shared that $100,000. Is that your favorite candy?
It is. And it's not even close. And it's basically a big chunk of caramel that is covered by crispy, yummy chocolate.
I didn't say it was bad. Just something about the branding of it. It just feels like an old person candy.
I think it's more your problem than it is anyone else's. Because there are certainly old person candies. And, I mean, you think of any, like, wrapped caramel candy.
The Werther's Originals.
Yeah. Got a lot of that on the ticket
butterscotch
text.
drops.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Bit-O Honey.
Bit-O Honey.
Slow Pokes. Come on. We gonna do this? Sugar Daddies.
Every old man's
The
favorite
Sugar
candy.
Daddies were on my list.
I mean, the hipster
were they?
moves.
Yeah, they were.
Yes,
They
Sugar
sure
Daddies,
were.
yeah.
Always are.
Tell us more.
They're on the list along with gumdrops and Necco wafers.
Necco wafers got a vote, which are gross, disgusting candies.
Those are awful.
I don't mind them.
Oh, my goodness.
like-
they're awful.
I don't think they're
Chalk
awful.
dust.
Oh, they're awful.
They're not awful.
Oh. If that is the only candy available, I am 100% good with going without.
I mean, they're not great, but they're not. I don't mind them.
Mike and Ike's, Bit-O Honey, Boston.
Mike
Mike and
Ike's?
Ike's.
Old man candy?
I don't think Mike and Ike's are an old man candy. This is what was
No.
texted in.
No.
Okay, what about the verdict on what else is on here? Any candy whose wrapper consists of cellophane twisting on both ends?
Yes.
Yep, that's old person candy. Butterscotch straight out of your grandma's purse without the wrapper.
Oh, and they're picking off lint and
Yeah. You dip it in
Purse hair.
your water on the table and just to clean it off.
No thanks. Don't hate on paydays. They're awesome. Almond Joy and Mounds are the ones that suck the most. Tom and Flat Rock.
I disagree. There's nothing. I mean, the Mounds are right there along with the $100,000 because I like coconut and I like chocolate. The Almond Joys are, I'll eat them because I do like the coconut, but Could go without the almonds.
So again, we wanted those. We'll keep taking your old person candies. I think when we said old man candy, we also got to vote for Martha Stewart.
Yeah, that's because Heather thinks she's a smoke show.
I do.
We also got to vote for Meryl Streep. So it could go in that direction. I didn't intend it to. 248-539-9797. We've also got this Hutch stuff. We want to know who's next. I love how quickly our focus shifts. They've done such a good job keeping everybody. The next batch of guys includes Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, and Sam Laporta, who will all be extension eligible after the season. If you have a hierarchy or a preference, we want to hear from you on the phones and the ticket text 248-539-9797. Or you could just tell us what you think of Hutch.
Yeah.
But John, I can't imagine anybody, let's just say one-sided conversation. I can't imagine anybody's going to look at it and go, well, they're paying him too much money.
No. He's their version of insert any dominant edge rusher. Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Micah Parsons. Like this is Detroit's version.
And we never doubted they would get the deal done.
Right. Of the 4 draft picks, the 2 in the first, 2 in the second in 23, which one do you think costs the least?
Is it running back? Or are we starting to see those numbers trend back up?
Well, I think we're starting to see him trend back up, and that may be one where you may look at his kind of like J-Mo's, where instead of a 4-year deal or a 5-year deal, it's a 3.
But you work in kind of, hey, we could have gone 5th year and tag. Let's leverage that amount and try to get it done.
So if you go 3, then he's on the roster for basically this year and 4 more years because he'll have that 5th year option.
So you're familiar with the site Spotrac?
Yes.
Or Spotrac, whatever you say.
Yeah.
They did some projections for what these guys would cost. So I can actually give you some of the numbers here.
Yeah,
and they're kind of all around the same, not to ruin this. Branch, they estimate, is going to be $20 million a year, 20.5. Jahmyr Gibbs would be $19.3 million. Sam Laporta, $18.25. Jack Campbell, they say would be a 4-year deal for $84 million, so the highest of the group at just over 21.
Oh, for Jack Campbell.
Yeah. So all between 18 and 21 per year. Mm-hmm. Can you afford, I don't know, I guess the cap keeps going up and they spread the money. They continue to do this. But, John, could they add another $80 million annually? It's going to be pretty tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, let's take this another angle. Which one would hurt the most to lose?
Jack Campbell. It's a huge vacuum in the center of your defense. He's your green dot. You're likely losing Alex Anzalone.
Right.
It's a huge vacuum in the center. I don't want to lose Branch, but I already paid Kirby Joseph. If someone's got to get shaken loose, I'd hate to say it, but he might be the guy. Or Sam
Branch?
Laporta.
Well, I think the one that hurts us, I think Jahmyr Gibbs at this point
would hurt the most.
Would hurt, because I think if you're looking at, which one unlocks the offense more?
Yeah, but could I not just go with Montgomery in a short... Again, no one wants to lose Jahmyr Gibbs, but at least I'd have a path to... No, I can't?
You can't go with just Montgomery. Well, because we're also looking at... we're projecting 2 years down the road, and is Montgomery even here 2 years down the road?
Probably not.
So then you're looking, this is where you've got to draft well. Can you draft a guy that fits...
Is it easier to find a plug-and-play running back than a traditional 3-down swarming linebacker? Yeah, probably.
But if you're drafting 28, 29, 30, 31, 32?
Yeah, but most years, how many running backs even go in the first round? So I think you'd still be in a position to take a damn good one most years if
probably
you found yourself in that spot.
Yeah.
248-539-9797. Why talk pass rush? You got Jackson in Detroit who wants to talk candy. What's up?
Yeah, those peanut butter little blobs that have the cellophane wrappers on tied at the end. I loved those when I was a kid growing up, and I still do.
How old are you? Jackson, how old are you?
I'm 64.
Is that it? Do you have to go to the specialty store for those? They still make them and sell them in average stores?
You know what? I really don't know. I not had one in a million years, but I'm still in love with them. I would take one right now if I could.
So I'm trying to Google to figure out what these are. Do these have like stripes on the wrapping?
No, they were usually just all orange or all black.
Okay.
Yeah.
The defense rests its case.
Yeah. 64.
Few ticket texts. Guys, the easiest to replace in the draft would probably be Gibbs.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably lean that way.
Says, guys, it's Gibbs. It's like saying Rudy Gobert would hurt more than losing Anthony Edwards. We do not pay running backs, all caps. So he's the odd man out. You use him and then you lose him.
I mean, yes, that's kind of always been my philosophy, but you don't want to lose a guy just after 5 years.
Well, you could do 6 with a franchise tag. You get the best 6 years of his career, and then it's a business, son.
Yeah.
I want to keep Laporta, Branch, and Jack Campbell if I can. Is that the realization you get to? And again, this is 2 to 3 years down the road, and at that point, you're hoping you're celebrating one or more World
Super Bowls?
Championships. Yeah.
I mean, it's always going to be that tough, uncomfortable conversation that you want to have with a guy that's done a lot for you and may still have a lot of juice left in the tank. I mean, okay, you don't pay running backs. What if you had Barry Sanders? Because a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs' numbers compare to Barry Sanders early in his career.
They start showing those graphics.
Yeah. I mean, would you let Barry walk after 6?
No.
Okay.
So again, this is like, we just call it what it is. Brad Holmes is a victim of his own success. He's drafted so well. We've questioned, can you keep everybody? To his credit, they've kept everybody so far.
Yeah.
And I think the beauty of this question, too, is we're not looking at losing any of these guys this year or even next year. And in the case of Campbell and Gibbs, it would be even another year after that, right? Because of the 5th-year option.
Right.
So they've created at minimum 3 years with this nucleus together. It's a great situation.
There's no question it's a great situation. And they will have a year where, in terms of the draft, that's the 24 draft, they may not re-up a lot of those guys. Terrion Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw.
Right. Manu.
Yeah. I mean, so, there might be a gap in the contracts that you're handing out.
They're going to need some of that.
Yeah.
Let's get to Ted in Detroit. Ted, you're on 97.1.
Yes, sir. I was just commenting and telling your screener, I am extremely excited to see this Jack Campbell guy be signed. Like you guys mentioned, there are athletic guys, running backs, wide receivers that we can draft from local run clubs. Of course, they may not be NFL ready, but they are athletic. But this Jack Campbell guy, he's great in coverage, great in run stop, and just all around playing the field.
Yeah.
That's my vote. Of the next group, he's the guy I would prioritize.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. He is number one and the one we want to see the most here as Detroit locals.
Yeah.
How Ted, before we go, if they weren't able to re-up Brian Branch, if he was the odd man out, I'd just like to get your thoughts on that. As you say that, Jack Campbell is the guy that fans want, I might disagree with what fans want a little bit because of the impact of Brian Branch and the fact that he plays with an aggressive style.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I definitely understand. Sometimes you have to let good guys go to keep better guys. Brian Branch, what is he, 25? We have some longevity there with him. So, like I said, I'm only been on here for 31 years. But in 31 years, I can't tell you one great linebacker that the Detroit Lions have acquired.
Well, I mean...
Well, yeah, he would have been before
31
Spielman.
Years? How old was... When was Spielman playing? Before 31 years? I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, like Spielman's peak is in the 90s. This guy would have been 2-3 years old, depending on when he was born. You really don't have the appreciation for Spielman if you're in your early 30s.
Huh. That kind of hurts.
Yeah. By the way, I'm 32.
Yeah, I know. I guess he was before that.
So I'll just ask you what your favorite candy is.
Oh, well, I already told you. My favorite candy is. Yeah. Calling me old.
Calling you old, John. We'll get some ticket texts and some phone calls. 248-539-9797. Dear John, end of the hour. Do that at 9:35. It's 97.1.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? It's your girl, Heather, and I'm always looking for ways to stay on top of my game, right? So listen, you know how much I rely on my phone for everything. That's why I got to tell you about this insane deal from Verizon that'll help you be your best self, too. We're talking a low price on the best 5G in Detroit. Seriously, whether I'm blasting my favorite tracks in the morning commute or snagging those last-minute tickets to the hottest new flick. Check this out. You can switch today and pay just $50 a month for a single line. You heard me right, $50 a month for the best 5G in Detroit when you bring your own phone on the unlimited welcome plan with autopay plus taxes and fees. That's a no-brainer, people. Visit your nearest Detroit Verizon store today to lock in this incredible deal. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Rankings based on RootMetrics Root Score Report dated 2H 2024. Your results may vary. Additional terms apply.
Get to the phones, get some of your thoughts. Aiden Hutchinson got paid. Worth every penny. Game's premier pass rusher, plays the run, plays the screens, gets to the quarterback, demands doubles. Homegrown, drafted, and developed. Culture guy. Every single box checked, so I don't bat an eye when I see that he got the most guaranteed money for a non-quarterback in NFL history. Well-deserved payday. And the Lions continue to be a first-rate, top-notch organization.
Yep. Lock up their own.
Get the guys done early. And they've locked up the nucleus till 2028. The guys who are unsigned long-term, we've shifted our focus. We want to know who's the next guy to get paid. Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta. At the top of the list, I would put Jack Campbell. He's the green dot. He's the heartbeat of this defense. They've called it his defense. You want to have elite players at all three levels of your defense. He locks down the linebacker level. You've got Aiden and McNeil on the D-line. In the secondary, they made the choice to pay Kirby Joseph. And he's a guy who's a ball hawk and takes the ball away. I love Brian Branch. I'd throw him in there too, but Jack Campbell would be the priority.
Yeah. I wonder, so obviously, Branch was a second-round pick. He's going to finish his third season going into the final year of his contract. Now, I mean, you could franchise him as well and get your fifth-year option, basically.
Sure.
But I wonder what that means for the longevity of Kirby Joseph.
His deal, if people study it, and this is nerdy, they can get out from under it. A lot of the guaranteed money is on, or a lot of the bonus money is on the back end.
Right.
So it's a very team-friendly deal with Kirby Joseph. So a year or two, you want to pivot, correct your course. The Lions will have options, and they'll stay flexible with the cap. 248-539-9797. Will in Livonia, you're on 97.1.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Will.
I think Gibbs is probably the odd man out on signing the next group of guys just because of the nature of his position. Like, there's so many times when I see him get hit, high and low at the same time, and I'm just waiting for him to not get up, like come up with an ankle injury like Scadaboo or something like that. So I don't know how much we want to keep him on for long term.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have that concern too. More for, in the moment, what would it mean for this team if he had to miss the rest of the season,
right,
or if he had to miss 4 or 5 games?
It would take big explosive run plays out of this offense, which is a staple, the hallmark of who they are.
Yeah, that is a hallmark of our offense. And then, John, you like bridge mix or all sorts? Like, is that old man candy to you?
I've never even heard of these.
Yeah, but bridge mix, are you talking about like Chex Mix?
No, bridge mix is like a bunch of black licorice flavored candies that look like something out of Alice in Wonderland.
Ooh, well, I do like black licorice, so yeah.
Yeah, my grandma used to have it out all the time, and one time she didn't have the bowl out, and I was like, oh, there's something new, and I took a bite of it. It was potpourri.
Will.
Yeah, it was crispy. It was crispy.
That's old man candy for sure.
Chocolate bridge mix. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the other one you said?
All sorts.
Okay.
All sorts.
So yeah, I would classify the chocolate bridge mix as old man candy. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of malted milk balls, but filled with different.
All sorts are
things.
definitely old man candy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he described it, like from Alice in Wonderland, like all different colors, black licorice.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, well, I mean, I would like the flavor, but I don't know that I would necessarily dive into those when I could get black licorice.
Yeah, no,
just looking
for
better.
sure.
Edward in Detroit. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Hutch clearly is deserving to be extended. I guess we could quibble about the amount of money, but I do wonder, is a mistake that we're making is that we compare the Lions only to the Lions. Because if that's the case, we're looking at the best. We're looking at the Magic Johnson Lakers or the Tom Brady New England Patriots equivalent here in Lions land to what we've been used to. And so the reason why I mention that is that I wonder if we look at Super Bowl winning teams the last several years, I wonder how many of them relied only on their quote-unquote homegrown talent. And how many of them relied on key free agent additions, difference-making additions, to be the cherry on top to propel them to a Super Bowl. And the cynic in me worries that since we only compare these Lions to the Lions, that this notion of, well, we're signing our guys is an excuse for not getting out there and making aggressive moves to tip the scales to win a Super Bowl.
I want to be clear.
So we'll
they're not
see.
just signing their guys because they're their guys. They're signing them because they're
Really
Pro
good.
Bowl or in some cases all pro players. And by signing their guys, they're actually getting a discount because they're able to sign them early because they're able to lock in the price and spread it out over more years. They're doing it not just because they think they're good dudes or because they have, you know, a soft spot for the guy they drafted. They're doing it because they're damn good football players. And now it doesn't mean you do it only through the draft exclusively. Like, John, they added DJ Reed in the offseason. He's hurt
Yeah.
right now, but that's their number one corner. And I think they need to do something at the trade deadline. It's not like you're going to be stubborn about never adding external players.
Right. And if you're able to add a guy early on, like a Rick Woolen, who is it's if you can add a guy that has a couple of years left on a contract that's not going to cripple yours, now all of a sudden you can do the same thing with them if they're guys that pan out for you.
Right. Let's get to Heather with the news.
Let's talk a little bit about Hurricane Melissa. It's left dozens dead, widespread destruction across Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba, continues to now threaten the Bahamas and Bermuda. At least 34 people are reported to have died, including dozens of, at least 10 children, they say, from one particular area. In Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic are where the deaths are being reported. Apparently, it's currently unknown how many deaths were caused by the storm in Cuba. And they say, really, it's just going to take days, maybe even a week, before we can really determine the actual destruction. As of Wednesday night, Melissa had maximum sustained winds of 100 miles per hour. Still a Category 2 storm. It's expected to continue moving over the Bahamas and will pass near Bermuda later this evening. Morgan Wallen coming to the Big House for 2 shows next summer. Yeah, he's going to be doing back-to-back shows July 24th and 25th. Could draw more than 200,000 total fans, and these shows could obviously be the biggest shows of his career. Last month, Zach Bryan, he broke concert records by having the most attendees. And he's going to be joined, Wallen will be joined by some other big names, Thomas Rhett, Hudson Westbrook, Hardy, depending on which
I'll
night
go
you go.
as far as to say that he will have 200,000 people if he's
Yeah,
doing multiple shows
They say
there.
it depends on the layout, like how he's going to do the.
Is he going to do it in the round? Is he going to be in the middle?
Yeah, so easily could, but it does depend on his setup for the concert to see how many people. So yeah, big names coming there. Yep. So apparently 3 of those disease-carrying monkeys are still on the loose in Mississippi.
on.
Yeah, I'm not lying. It happened after the truck carrying these research animals overturned. So originally it was told that all but one of these monkeys was eliminated, I think was the word they might have used. But police say, oh, no. Somebody went and checked. Tulane University kind of checked out the trailer and said, no, 3 monkeys are still out there. There was actually 21 monkeys in total. 13 have been captured. 5 were eliminated, and then the others are still on the loose.
And for people who missed the story, these aren't your regular monkeys.
Well, no, apparently not. The truck driver, this is where it gets complicated. So the truck driver is the one that said, yeah, these monkeys are carrying STDs. They've got herpes. They've got
syphilis,
hepatitis C. They've got COVID,
Gonorrhea.
I think, whatever else was there. But Tulane says, no. These actually are healthy monkeys. They are not carrying diseases. So are they, aren't they? I don't know. But apparently they're still out there. If you see one, you shouldn't try to catch it.
Yeah.
I'd stay far away. Just
Or try to do anything else with it.
Yeah. Oh, good God. Yes, let's
There's some
not
sick
either.
people out there.
My mind did not go there. Speaking of wild monkeys, a pet monkey got on the loose from its owner at a Spirit Halloween store in Texas. It was just swinging from the rafters, sliding down the poles for 30 minutes. The owner was eventually able to coax the monkey down with a cookie. The police were called, though, to the scene. Everyone was unharmed. But the customers and employees had a lot to say about this monkey. why he had a pet monkey at Spirit Halloween. Why he has a pet monkey in general.
With a diaper on, too.
Well, you need a diaper or it's going to make a big mess. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a pet monkey, you're going to put a diaper on
questions.
I hadn't thought that far, but yes.
I guess,
it. Of course.
unless
You've
you
never thought about having a pet monkey?
No.
or what it's going to do when it has to
Was
use the
that a
bathroom.
serious question?
No, she's messing with. No,
as a child.
but that was a serious question.
It was a serious
No, it's not. That's not a serious question.
As a child, you never thought about that because I sure did. And I thought, well, how cool would that be? And then like Friends and they had the monkey.
You thought you'd be like Curious George?
Yeah, or Clyde and...
Well, I'd be more like the man in the yellow hat.
Yeah,
I
but you'd
wouldn't-
have Curious George.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, you think those things, don't you? Okay. You never once thought about it.
Heather, I'm going to be honest with you right now. Never.
No.
That is Heather with the news. We've got Dear John next. Think about this. John's going to give advice on car trouble, Chef John, the hot seat, and a real man. It's 97.1. You know, replacing a roof isn't something most of us look forward to. It's a big investment. It's going to cost a lot of money. You're probably putting it off. You got to choose the right company. For 30 years, Michigan homeowners have trusted Shaner Roofing. Local experts, proven track record, but it's more than that. Every roof they install comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. That means the investment, you know it's a big investment, will be protected for as long as you own your home, even if you sell your home. Plus, Shaner Roofing has earned a 4.9-star Google rating from thousands of happy customers. That kind of trust doesn't happen overnight. It's built on decades of quality work and customer care. So, if your roof's aging, if it's leaking, if you've been putting it off and you just want to get that peace of mind, trust Shaner Roofing. Go to mymichiganroof.com. That's mymichiganroof.com, powered by Shaner Roofing, Michigan's trusted roofing experts.